Okay, guys, I'm here. One sec. Have to fix all my stuff. I know I'm streaming at 10 o'clock late, but it was the first time I was messing with Sora. I never messed with Sora before. Hey, well, maybe later, depending on who's watching, maybe we will, watch an AI generated music video. I've had to listen to people cry about how it's like, you know what? I gotta need an apple. I gotta need an apple. Maybe we'll just watch it now. Maybe that's a better idea. Hold on. I think that might be a better idea. It's to watch it now. I know you guys are purists. And you don't like AI music because it's not real in my autistic ears. My autistic ears are too sensitive. And it's not real. It's not real music. Good, you're annoying. I'm glad you're annoying. You're really annoying. That's cool. I'm glad you feel that way. What I'm going to do is make AI videos to spite you now. And as far as the music, or I'm sorry, the music, as far as the music goes and the art goes, I don't give a shit. Sorry. I was giggling too hard, too much. Glad you feel that way. What I'm going to do is make AI videos. I'm so like, I'm punch drunk off giggling. Oh shit, that's me. I don't want to see that. Hold on, guys. Don't look at that. Whoops. Hold up. Whoops. Wrong one. I had to find the other channel. I'm so sick. It's retarded. Here we go. This is what I want to see. Oh fuck, I forgot to credit Frazzle Drip on this. Hold on, guys. I'm gonna credit Frazzle Drip for the music, okay? That's a guy who's not Jewish, in case you didn't know. He's not. Okay? Isn't that nice? Okay. Guys, settle down. That's not funny. Okay? There's real art that was made today. If you weren't there, you don't get it, and I don't expect you to, and that's fine. But I'm gonna eat an apple for a minute, and I need a distraction. Excuse me. A distraction. I had a crazy ass day today, other than just watching this. This is based on true events that really happened. I was there. My roommate must love hearing this. I just want to eat this. I went on a trip last week and I did this for real. I'm gonna play video games tonight. That was loud. This song was so well made and so good that it inspired me. Frazzle Trip shout out. Oh, hold on. Shout out to Frazzle Drip. Your song was so good and so beautifully made.
that made me want to make this. It was perfect. I'm gonna play video games in a minute. What's up, Vascor? This is probably the only AI video I'll ever make. And I did it in honor of the coolest guys. Thank you. I didn't make this, Spear Finger made it. I just uploaded it. She doesn't have a computer, so she sent it to me. This is beautifully made, Frazzle. Thank you. Thank you, Frazzle Zerp. That's King Doctor. That's his new first song. Yeah, they did it, guys. It was awesome. They're the best. Alright, now I'm gonna play video games all night. That's what I did all afternoon. That's what I did all afternoon. I did that all afternoon. Isn't that cool? I never made an AI video before, but Frazzle Drip's song was so much better than most music that I have to listen to today. It was so much better than most music that I have to listen to today, which is shit, that it inspired me to make that. So thank you, Frazzle. You've changed my mind about AI. I think it's the best thing that's ever come out. I also really wanted to eat an apple. Maybe I'll just light a candle tonight. And we'll turn the lights down. Because now I'm at peace with the world. I'm at peace with all the fucked up shit in the world now. Because Frazzle was able to make a song better than most shit that I have to listen to on the radio. Isn't that nice? From the mind of a crazy man. Yeah. Yeah. Frazzle Drip, I just hung out with him last week. Yeah. I'll never forget him because he made the best song of 2026. That song. And it inspired me to make that. My apple's all done. Yum yum. One sec, let me do two things. Let me put this apple in a bag, this apple core in a bag. Okay? Let me turn off the light, but also, Pizza Boy, once this is out of fluid, Pizza Boy, I'm going to put it into the Jimmy cigar box. Let's do that. The Cohiba Cuban cigar box that he gave me. What the fuck? Hold up. I can't breathe into it. I don't have a lot of candlestick left. Oh, please light. Yay! We're going to light that till it burns out to nothing. One sec. Oops. Okay. If you have to turn up the light, we will. It's just that it's Friday night. Yeah, what's up, Macro? How you doing, homeboy? You good? I'm good. I feel so much better because I made the best song. I made the best video. It was inspired by the best song ever. I'm like delirious. I couldn't get proper sleep because I have a cold. It's almost over. It's almost gone. I feel better now. But all day I felt like shit. I feel way better now. I took some cold meds. Even though I don't like taking anything, I took a bunch of emergency and drank a bunch of water. Uh, and then made a video that was so because the music that the video was made with was so inspiring. It was so inspiring and beautiful and perfect that it made me create that masterpiece that you just saw. Okay? And now I'm going to play video games. Oh, it is Friday. No, does cold medication, like, that shit makes me shitty. Does it interact with a White Claw? Because I have one White Claw. I snuck away one White Claw, regular style, from a cool hangout. But I don't want to drink it on cold. Actually, where's ChatGPT? He knows. ChatGPT knows, but I gotta make sure I pick the one that isn't on the verge of suicide. If you don't know what that means, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Does cold White Claw, regular White Claw. Ah, fuck, it does. Increased drowsiness and sedation, liver stress, confusion. It is Friday. Should I just do it anyway? Acetaminophen, which I didn't take any. Antihistamine, no. I just took alcohol when you have flu symptoms. Now, what makes you say that? What kind of doctor are you? Liver damage, side effects stronger, increased sedation. So it turns the white claw white into a White Claw blue. That's all it does. That's fine. I'm not. It's fine. I'm not. I have coffee anyway, but just curious. Just curious. I'll save it for when I make something cooler. Oh man, I was watching a True Detective thing, but it's like 4 hours long, and I'm only 3 hours into it. Ugh. It's like 5 hours long, actually. He slammed NyQuil? Damn, that sucks. I feel great, but the cold medication makes me all blah, blah, blah. But I couldn't breathe out of my nose, and then I was like mouth breathing, and then I was like, I just felt like shit. All day I felt like shit, and then I started laughing my ass off and making a dumbass video, and I feel like it healed me. But if I drink it, it's just gonna make it worse, then maybe not. But I do have coffee, so who gives a shit? Maybe this will perk me up. Let's think of every excuse we can to make this work. JK. Maybe it's Friday, I'll do a late stream. Yeah, it's Friday, I'll do a late stream, why not? Friday night, late stream. Thank you for watching my cool video that was completely inspired by how funny Frazzle Drip's awesome, well-written song was. I laughed so hard. I had a friend sign up for a free account to give me more generated images to make it. So, and he doesn't even know what the fuck I was making. He just saw the video and was like, "You're a psycho, but I want you to finish this." So, shout out, mystery dude. Thanks. He thought it was funny not knowing anything. Wow, blind faith. Isn't that nice? Gee. Don't mind me. My sinuses were trash. Now I can smell way more than I could before. And I feel better. So I don't care how retarded I am right now. I'm going to play video games with weirdos that are playing a game from 2009 and can't grow out of it, like me, and are probably weeps. Okay? Oh, fuck. Hold on. If I do have this baby White Claw, I may be fully retarded, but I don't know. I don't know. Oh, hold on. YouTube's gonna get me banned for music, isn't it? Should I just keep listening to the True Detective crap I was listening to? I have like an hour left. Or do you guys want to do an audiobook? But that can get boring. I don't have a guy on tap to just play guitar behind me and like play non-TOS music. It sucks. Or not like TOS breaking music or anything. I'm triggered. Let's think. Damn. It's fine. It's gonna be fine. Oh, TOS music. We can just play Urban Lullaby for 4 hours. Isn't that cool? Isn't that cool? I can breathe, but I'm still... Ooh. 4K ASMR of just drifting. Yeah, 10 minutes. Let's listen to this in the background. Yeah, you know what? Yeah. Yeah, you know what? Yes. He's wearing Pumas. I used to have the coolest fucking Puma sneakers that I'm never getting back. But I also like Adidas 3 Stripes. Sambas, to be exact. That's fine. We're gonna listen to this in the background while I play video games, okay? Because I can't listen to music on YouTube or I get flagged. I get flagged. How are you doing, Macro? Vasker, thank you for hanging out. Dr. Golden Media, yo, straight up, Dr. Golden Media, thank you for donating. Okay, it means a lot to me. I actually got coffee, and I ended up paying my bill without asking for help because of it. My roommate fucking hates me for this shit. Thank you. I was like $5 short, and you helped me. So half of it went to coffee, half of it went to responsibility. Thank you. I love you. Thanks. I can't wait to go to work in May. I have nothing to do until May. I'm going to lose my mind. I just want to work to get a call. I want to work because I like working. Uh-oh. Did my computer freeze? Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Hold on, guys. Hold on, guys. Hold up. I want to make sure I didn't get disconnected. My computer froze for a minute there. I got really scared. Okay, I am live. Fuck. Hold up. Yo, I forgot I had frozen pork chops in the freezer. So I'm actually good for like a month now, and I'm not gonna spend shit. I'm not spending shit, dude. Mm-mm. No, I'm not spending shit. I'm just gonna enjoy life. That's what I'm gonna do. I want to make sure my stream's working, guys. Sorry. I'm not trying to neglect y'all. You all. Okay? I'm not trying to do that. Okay, we are live. Good. I should be good. I should be good other than needing a train ticket, but I'm just making sure the train goes right next to where I need to go. If not, I gotta get a bus ticket. But life is I didn't have to fucking ask for help for once, which was nice. Or even not ask, just like grift and fucking grift and scrape pennies off the floor like a certain type just to make shit work. Because I'm gonna tell you something, New York State hasn't helped me one fucking bit. I literally was homeless and they didn't give a shit about me because I'm not dark enough and I don't do enough crack and I don't have enough crack babies. So they don't give a shit about me because they know I'm not gonna vote Democrat. That's fine. Anyway, let's play video games to forget about all that. So I can't wait to go back to work and not in this state and not ever pay taxes to this state again because I will never live here again because Hogel's a fucking retard. How about that? And this state doesn't give a shit about you unless you're a certain shade or you're Jewish or Brazilian rather. Whatever, I make it bad. Don't give a fuck. Whatever. Anywho, let's go kill some egg birds. Birds with eggs. Eggy birds. I may go southwest too, I found out eventually. I don't know. I may go nowhere. I may go nowhere either. How about that? It may all blow up in my face. Who knows? It may never happen. It may blow up in my face. And then I really do live out in the street. Then I'll just sell my computer and never fucking go on the internet again because I don't give a shit. Let's do this. Although I do like playing video games. Ooh. We'll see. Probably just get rid of social media if that's the case. What is this? But I can promise you I'm too damaged to actually ask for help. Because I don't want to be at the mercy of some asshole. Sorry. Bye. Don't fucking talk to me. Thanks. I just want to go to work. How about that? Is that okay with you? Oh, here we go. I really want this guy's red Pumas. Although I do like Adidas 3-stripe Sambas. I don't know. I'm so torn. Maybe that's what will get me out of the hole is footwear. I'm a lady, right? Oh, what's this? It's a big old bug. Exactly the thing I'm bitching about. Do I have a right armor on? Doesn't matter. Probably not. Oh my god, I'm looking at his keychains while he's drifting turns and they're just like hanging in the breeze, hanging in the gravity, hanging in the G. Maybe I should put this on a small screen instead of just being selfish. This is actually kind of beautiful. You guys should see it, and I want to share it with you. Okay? Check out this cool guy. He's the coolest, and I wish he was my boyfriend. So I would be sitting shotgun, not fearing for my life and believing in his dreams because he's a professional. And oh well, I'm not afraid to die anyway, so fucking crash for all I care. Here we go. This way. Oop, we're almost at the boss. Almost at the boss. Almost at the boss. Did they fucking go without me? No, they didn't. Didn't. My sinuses are a garbage. Maybe I should... Eh? Nah. Nah, this is good enough, because I gotta see chat. Stream is fine. I'm gonna get cigarettes real quick. 10 pounds of potatoes was $3.50, and that's a starch. That's kind of fucked. I'm sorry about all that, bro. I went with a bunch of cheap shit, but I ended up not needing extra, like, ground turkey. I got ground turkey because I had fucking pork chops in the freezer that I put in before my trip. I totally forgot. So actually, technically, with all the rice I have, I'm good for, like, the month. I'm not gonna buy shit. They hold up a Pantone color card to arm you and deny you. Hell yeah. They give you the card. I don't give a fuck, honestly. Who gives a shit? Oh, I'm gonna bend the knee so that you pay me little measly penny scraps. Because I have to do what you want me to, and I have to be a certain way, and then, if I'm lucky, Peter Thiel will show up and fund me and get me out of jail. And then I'll have all the money in the world, but I'll be sad. Because I can't be myself. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a shit. Get out of my fucking face. Can I go watch True Detective for the 80th time? Season 1? And sometimes season 3, because that's really underrated. I know everyone, oh, season 2 enjoyer. Yeah, that's the hipster option. I get it. You're really cool. I know that you like Kino. Okay? But season 3, I think, is actually better than season 2 now. So, debate me. I don't give a shit. But yeah. Shit, I couldn't even afford to go to the Scuff show. That's not even in my realm of possibility anymore. And honestly, it's probably for the best. I don't really care. So, I love those dudes. They're very funny, but I want to go to work. I would rather go to work. How about that? I would rather go to fucking work and make money. Which is what I'm going to do, with any luck. If not, I'm just going to delete the internet from my existence, because I don't give enough of a shit. And I don't like anyone enough, like, other than the people I hung out with. But I can just, like, stay in a Discord and talk to them and ignore the rest of the internet and not give a shit. That's an option. Because the rest of it is all fake and gay anyway. It's all, like, fake gay kayfabe, and I don't care. leave the field. I also made another batch of emergency just because my throat feels good. I'm not coughing too much. But I got phlegm going up in here. Oof. My sinuses are absolute trash. Oh, and then I found out people were sick here as I left, so I got sick from here and I got sick from where I went. It's Friday and I don't give a fuck. Ooh, Val left the party, breaking their vow by leaving me with these guys. Excuse me. I got like the last bits of just a sickness in my nose. I just want it out. I want to expel it. I have a bunch of apples here. Blueberries were on sale. Yogurt was dirt ass cheap. Yeah, I'm doing like, well, I guess fruit isn't really keto, but I'm fruit maxing in the morning, or if I want like a sweet snack instead of eating trash sugar, I'm having a piece of fruit. Oh man, I got ingredients for a salad. Oh, you got a flip phone now, so you only talk to your homies? That's my next thing, is I'm definitely getting a flip phone, but I can't afford to do it right now. Like, even just swapping plans and getting to a flip phone is a fucking nightmare. That's why I want to go to work, so I can actually break free from the hell that is this. That is all of this shit. Make it worth my fucking while. Like, if the art was good and I was like, oh, I can't wait. I can't wait for this thing. But nothing is fucking good. Nothing's even fucking good. It's just snake oil grifting bullshit. It's like seeing an Arab dude in a fucking hat with one tooth hanging out of his fucking mouth trying to sell you rugs or trying to sell you some shit off his fucking camel, and it's all garbage and it does nothing for you. That's all that's out there right now. I don't give a shit. That's standing by a fucking pyramid with a fucking camel that doesn't even barely walk. So I don't give a fuck. That's why I was like, I'm gonna make this AI thing. It's funny. And also people are like, AI art and AI music, it's not real and I hate it. Then make a fucking better one. I see how you people live. You don't do shit anyway. You don't do shit anyway. So what the fuck do you care? You don't make anything. You whine about your job. You don't fucking make anything. And you complain about the state of things. So then fucking make something better. The AI thing, at least like if it's made with friends in mind and stuff, I can laugh at it and actually enjoy how dumb it is, knowing the quality of it at the same time. Knowing that, okay, yeah, AI is shit, but because I made this dumb thing that has zero continuity because it's a robot making it, I can laugh at it and still enjoy myself without you having to fucking take it away from me because you're miserable. I don't give a shit. Can I go this way? There we go. The power of friendship overrules your dumb shit. I hate fucking flu medication. I knew I was gonna get loopy and crabby and stuff. But I had to... Listen. There's only one big fat booger at the base of like this sinus and I can feel it. And I just want it to dislodge and go away. And then I'll be free from this illness. And then I will never take flu medication again. Sorry, dudes. It's like one last Custer's last stand right here in this Custer's last boogery stand right here in this nostril. I just want it to go away. I wanted to breathe out of both nostrils for once. And I can. But is the flu medication psychosis worth it? I don't know. I don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out if I get banned from YouTube or not. How about that? Then if I get banned from YouTube, it's okay. It's a blessing in disguise. It wasn't meant to be. And I can go live out west in the mountains and disappear from this shit. And not be fucking bothered. Wouldn't that be nice? Start my life over, not be fucking bothered by retards. Wouldn't that be cool? Not talking about the people I just hung out with. I love you guys. You guys don't count in that. You're my favorite. Okay? You're great. You inspired me to make something cool. Yeah, that's literal. I did that for 5 years and lost 245 pounds. I came back because I thought it would be fun to make something with a bunch of people that got somebody else killed because they're all shitty people that aren't worth being around. And I was like, oh, look, my life fell apart trying to just make art. Art that wouldn't have been worth the life I had anyway. But I also can't go back because I'm like a completely different person now, which I already knew it was going to happen. I already knew that was what the risk was. And now I'm just bored waiting to get to the next part because I already knew that was like a possibility. Can I just get to the next part? I don't give a fuck about this. It's not going to phase me because I already calculated this years ago. I'm bored. I'm fucking bored and your art isn't good anymore. So can I go now? Can I go if you're not going to make good shit? Anyway, let's do this. I don't know how to use the hard key spellstone. Ooh, let's kill these guys. This is more fun than most of the shit I have to look at. Or games that I have to play. I'm going to play Halo 2 after this, because that's also one of the last bastions of any kind of good thing that came out. Oh, you mean I gotta go watch Epstein shit and then go look at people fight with each other on the internet? This person's not like this, or this person's fake, or this person's actually... I don't give a shit about your ragmag, tabloid, Hollywood... what was that fucking show with the gay guy, with all the gay people in the office? Entertainment Tonight, but then there was also the one on VH1, I think, or something. I don't give a fuck. I know that you're just trying to fill a void because Hollywood's going to snitch on itself about Epstein and they're all going to get canceled and there's going to be a regime change and no one gives a shit and you're trying to fit into a certain fucking spot. You don't give a fuck about me. I don't give a fuck about you. Can you just make something good? If you're going to be the one in the spotlight and you're going to be the one vying for attention, can you just make something good? I don't care. I just want a car and a man and a job. That's all I want. And the next dude I get is going to be a complete redneck that thinks the internet is absolutely gay and wants nothing to do with it. That's it. Oh shit, Love Inferno, that's the weapon I want. How do I get that? Give it to me. A dude who's totally like, I'm gonna go do my redneck shit over here and build some things. Fuck the internet. I do have digital currency. That's about all I give a fuck about, which is a lot of guys around here, but I don't want to stay east. So I'm gonna go find that out west. And then make him cookies, make him happy, satisfy his ass until the day I fucking die, and then never have to deal with this stupid shit ever again. How about that? What else is this? Here we go. Boop. I have to listen to fucking influencers beef on each other, and then I have to watch comedians fucking go to some benefit to a comedian that never would have given a fuck about them in the first place because they are literally what they hated in the first place. I don't want to hear it. It's all just a bullshit cash grab. No one makes anything good anymore. I don't fucking care. Let's do this. Oh fuck, I didn't want to pick that up. That's just a inventory waste. Oh fuck. This way? Oh man, I can feel it's coming back on this side. See, I like cold medication, but it doesn't last. It doesn't even fucking last. I was talking to my buddy who had a kid at 46, and she was like, I'm not letting my kid on the internet until she's like a teenager. Why the fuck would I do that to her? Till she's like 15, 16. Why the fuck would I subject her to stupid shit that we had to deal with? Absolute fucking retardation brainwashing that I had to deal with. And I was like, I love you. Thank God there's like someone who's not... She was a good DM and actually a good person, so I hope there's more of that. But then I worry about that too. Does that mean her kid's gonna be more susceptible to mogging when she gets there at 18? She was the only chick I knew that used Ubuntu and Linux. So I'm hoping when her kid's older, she explains how fucking gay everyone is. It's just weird. Fucking dumb. But also, I guess with digital currency, you may be forced to have to, if you're making everything digital with your money and the things that actually matter in your life, you're going to force people to have to be on the fucking internet, which is like torture in and of itself. You're going to get rid of like a physical dollar. So everyone has to get brain rotted, and it has to. Epstein was on fucking whatever. Everyone's gonna have to get brain rotted. What a fucking nightmare. What a tragedy. We're gonna force your kids into the very fucking thing that made you crazy. Oh well. Oops. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna keep making AI videos out of spite. Because I know plenty of people that are completely able to make music and to make art, and they just choose not to. But they'll be the first people to bitch about AI shit. So, then make your better one, bitch. I'm gonna keep applying pressure until you actually do something. Oop. Yes, I'm almost level 50 gun master. I have one more cup of coffee upstairs, but I'm waiting for the dogs to go to bed because every time I come up the steps, it's like a nightmare trying to get them to sleep because they get hella excited just to see me. Which is cute, but I don't want to make it like hard on my buddy who's trying to like just go to bed after work. What is this? Crap. I just drink coffee. Give me one sec. I'll be right back. Hold on. We're gonna put on music. Oh, I know what I'll do. Cool. I'm gonna put this on really quick. Give me one more sec. I have to pee. I drank too much coffee. Be right back. Actually, not this song though. This song's like too spoopy and I don't want to scare anybody. Okay. I also drank a fuckload of water today. I did more than 72 ounces because I wasn't sure when you're sick if you're supposed to drink more just because you feel like shit. One sec, guys. Okay. We can turn this off. This is actually not TOS because it's somebody cool that I know of. But maybe I should just leave his music on. I don't know. I was listening to Jack Vance before. I was reading it, and then my eye killing me. I started listening to it, but I don't want to listen. I'm writing sci-fi right now in the morning, so I don't want to. I'm nervous to listen to sci-fi and have it melt into what I'm actually doing. So let's see what else there is. Hold on. TOS. Ooh. Nope, I just watched that. One sec. TOS friendly music. I don't know. I would rather just sound nasally and more shitty. Uh-oh. At night it gets worse. I'd rather just sound nasally and shitty than maybe be crazy from Benadryl or whatever the fuck it was. Man, I don't know. What? Beaver family picnic? Yeah. 13. In a burrow, dark and deep, Henry the Hedgehog lay fast asleep. The world outside. Where's Beaver? Where's the Beaver one? I was told Beaver. I was told Beaver. I was told Beaver. I was told Beaver. Where? This one. Yo, shout out Beaver Boys. Shout out Beaver Boys. Mama Beaver's packing up the basket. Alright, that's enough of that. That's enough of that. That's not even a good bit. I don't want to put on Jack Vance, man. I feel like it's gonna fuck up what I'm doing. You want to listen to true crime in the background? Oh, you know what? Like I said, I was like, where is it? 3 hours into this? No, I'm not starting over. It's a 5-hour. Instead of watching True Detective, again for the 80th time, the whole first season, I listened to this and I was at like 3 hours and 50 minutes. So maybe we'll just finish it together. Ooh, Sanctity. Yeah, that's why I didn't fuck with that shit. Ooh, Mardi Gras? Mardi Gras? Yeah, The Mask of the Red King. I was here. I'm gonna just finish watching
I think
this
that's all pretty straightforward, but this next one
while
is
I
a
play
touch
video
more
games.
abstract. When the show originally aired, there was some very minor conjecture from internet critics and Reddit sleuths that another influence from
Reddit
American
sleuths, you
horror
don't
was
say that.
Edgar
It's gonna
Allan
make me
Poe's
not
The
want to
Mask
know.
of the Red Death, specifically the idea that rust somehow represents the titular character. To my knowledge, this isn't something that has
We've
ever
already
been
seen the show.
discussed
You
by
don't have to watch it,
Pizzolatto
so we
or
can just do
confirmed
this.
by any other means, and the discussion certainly didn't
I hate
become a
being this sick.
cemented
It makes
part
me
of
so
True Detective
ornery.
analysis. But certain critics
I
have
don't like
pointed to the
being.
likely influence of Poe on the writing of Season 1, and there have been more direct references to Poe in later seasons. And at a more basic level, Poe was a core influence on Robert Chambers, H.P. Lovecraft, and
Yep.
even Ambrose Bierce, so his influence is
See, I'm
there
not
on
writing
some level,
horror,
however we look at it. David
so this
Punter
won't
said
fuck
that
me up. I'm
Chambers'
not writing
decadent
anything, any
tales are a
horror.
fin
I'm
de
just,
siècle
well,
recasting of Poe's Gothic saga.
humanity can be horror, but this is like really fucked up horror. True Detective and like Chambers, Poe, Lovecraft, all that stuff, and that's more like breaking the human psyche type of shit. Well, I guess sci-fi can do that too without it being all tentacles. I feel like with PKD and Vance and Ellison, it's more like delving into psyche and like timelines and how space-time works, but not like space-time like the Stargate, but more like how human consciousness works, and it's not like trying to spook you because you saw something too crazy for your own good. It's more like, uh-oh, we altered time by accident. Well, maybe you shouldn't. Maybe you shouldn't keep sending that guy and having him come back. Maybe after you send him and solving thing, it's horror because it fucks up the timeline, but it's not like anyone was forced to see some crazy videotape or something. You know what I mean? It's a different kind of horror. I don't know how to explain it really right now, but yeah, I can listen to this more.
Psychodramas. And there's many
Maybe
elements
eventually I
of
will
Between
get
Yellow
inspired
where
to
we
write
can
some
see
shit like
influence
this.
from Poe's work. artists going mad, this notion of a forbidden book, just like we see in True Detective with a forbidden videotape, and the psychological breakdown of main characters. So let's try and make a
Yeah,
case
you know
for
what
this
it is?
and see if
Maybe
it
I would
checks
be
out.
able to deal with this more if I had the full-on psychological break. I've come very close. Very, very close to the edge. But I think I'm too crazy. I don't know. I don't want to say it. I
For
don't want
those
to say
that
anything.
don't know, The Mask of the Red Death is a short story, a very short story, which I will now try to sum up as
I've seen.
succinctly as
Yeah,
possible.
doesn't matter.
The land is being ravaged by a most terrible and
Doesn't matter.
gruesome
I like
plague
sci-fi.
known
It's
as the
cool.
Red Death. It causes intense dizziness, profuse bleeding, and death
Oh.
within the hour. Prince Prospero has locked himself away inside his castle, along with 1,000
Let's
members of
annoy
his
some people
court,
together.
intending
Online.
to engage in some decadence and debauchery while the people of the land are ravaged by the plague. We join the festivities around 6 months into the self-imposed lockdown and quickly get the feeling of a creeping madness. The party
had
is
so much fun
divided
last
into
week.
7 rooms, each
I love you,
decorated
dude.
with a
Sardine 10,
different
I love you
colour.
guys.
The last room is decorated in
I love
black
you,
and
dudes.
illuminated with a hellish red light. As
One
the
day,
clock
if I'm ever
chimes
able to help
midnight,
you, I
a
will,
new
I
guest
promise.
appears at the
You
party,
gave me a good old
dressed
cheer
in a
up
red splattered
when I
funeral
needed
shroud
it.
with a mask resembling the stricken face of a corpse, the titular Mask of the Red Death.
This one.
The revelers are terrified by this figure, looking as they do like a victim of the plague haunting the lands outside. Prospero is enraged by this and demands for the
Oh
party
man, they got the
crasher to be
heart key.
apprehended and executed. He brandishes a knife and pursues the figure throughout the multicolored rooms,
I'm gonna ask them
eventually
something
cornering
after
them
this,
in
Matt,
the
after
final
this
room,
boss.
bathed in scarlet light. The figure turns to face Prospero, who falls dead
There's
on the
also
spot. The
some
revelers find their bravery and
congestion
rush the
here.
figure, ripping the mask and rags away from them to uncover their identity. But when they do,
Oh,
they
wait.
find nothing but dark.
The Mask of the Red Death, where like red and black are his main colors, does that also have something to do with alchemy? Red and black have to do with alchemy. White is also like the rebirth or whatever. That's why Alucard and Helsing is like all red, white, and black. But here in Harry Clarke's novel, it's all red and black. And Rust is red, coal is black. But where's the white? Oh fuck, we got a free mission?
Darkness underneath. The
So he
empty
just doesn't
space
get
where a
reborn.
figure should be.
Oh
The
shit,
Red
oh shit,
Death
oh
has
shit,
entered
oh
their
shit,
bastion
oh
of
shit,
safety,
oh
and
shit.
as they come to this confused understanding, they
Is
all
this
drop
even-
dead. If that's not fully clear, the figure is some walking manifestation
I'm
of the
too high
plague,
level for
some
these guys,
cosmic
never mind.
equalizer that ensures the protected nobility are subject to the same horrors ravaging the land.
It's S3.
And there are some
Leave
definite
party.
parallels
Bye.
between this figure
Not
and
doing your
Rust. Let's
special
start with the
mission.
colours. Rust's name immediately calls to mind 2 colours. Rust is often referred to as rust red. If someone has rusty hair, we might also describe that as red.
Get out of my
even
fucking
though both
face.
are likely closer to orange. We'd say redhead. Coal is black, and that's how it's solely employed as a description of colour. So rust coal is defined by red and black, and those are the colours we see associated
He's a
with
red
the Mask
fucking
of
truck.
the Red Death. A blood-spattered figure that seems to be red on the outside.
So when I've
with
watched
nothing
this a
but
million times and didn't even think about that novel, didn't even think about those colors, didn't even think about alchemy, but because I watched other shit that had to do with that.
The robes. As the Red Death is
Look into
discovered at
red,
the
white,
end, there's a
and
big
black for
focus on
alchemy.
those
That's
2
not
colours.
just a
the
thing.
red is obvious, but there's also repeated
It's not
mentions
just-
of blackness, of ebony clocks and shadows and darkness. And of course, death is often symbolised by the colour black. It would be weird if the Grim Reaper dressed in salmon pink robes, as a quick example. So Red Death can be interpreted as red-black, just like Rust Coal can be. There are more surface-level similarities. The Red Death is described as being tall and gaunt, which suits Rust relatively well. As we know, we also have multiple references in the show to Rust wearing a mask, and this could just be referencing the lines from The King in Yellow, where Camilla freaks out after telling the stranger to remove his mask, but even then, that freak out is born from them not wearing one, that there's some chaotic embodiment
No,
that
take off
truly
your mask,
doesn't
show me who
exist
you really
in
are
the
type
way
shit.
Camilla originally perceives, which is pretty close to what we have when
Which
the
is
Red
why when
Death
people do
is
that, they're just
disrobed and
mad
the
that they
revelers
can't see what
discover
you're
there's
up to.
nothing underneath. And all of
And
that
they're like
feels
high-level
thematically
manipulators.
similar to the hints we're getting
That's
about
why I'll
Rust,
never fucking-
that there's something behind his eyes, that the face he wears is not his own, that subtextually, magically, cosmically, Rust is secretly something else underneath. And in our prosaic reading of the show, that's a metaphor for Rust being so absorbed and obsessed by this wickedness and evil that in some way he shares a kinship with it, a recognition of it. But when we get more abstract or poetic with our interpretation, I think it becomes quite comfortable to view Rust as this cosmic equalizer figure, built from the same madness and horror that the Carcosa cult are. Whether we look at the Mask of the Red Death, or the Stranger in The King in Yellow, or Rust, they're figures that introduce insanity to the already insane, that are exterior invading figures. He invades Carcosa to bring about its end. He breaks into Tuttle's home, which results in Tuttle's death. He enters Childress's home and kills him. That's very close to the figure of the Red Death, who somehow finds a way into Prospero's isolated castle, this bastion of safety and madness, and puts an end to those that think they are above retribution and natural law. To quote Rust, he makes a pretty ace B&E man. And I think the main reason that I like this theory is that it suits this vision the show is playing with, that Rust is the man at the door, the arbiter against evil.
He's already
despite
made
risking
peace with the
being
dark
consumed by
part.
it. That underneath everything he exists as the exactor of
A
cosmic
lot of people
judgment
have done
amongst
that.
an
Just because
insane
people don't
and
show it
evil
doesn't
world.
mean they haven't
And
done
most
that.
crucially, it completes what we know to be
part of
true
like
about
that.
Rust in a way that we can't actually confirm if we only base our reading off the stranger in The King in Yellow not
fuck.
wearing a mask. But if we bring in the Mask of the Red Death, then the intertextual seems to line up with the subtextual much better. Underneath everything,
Just because
Rust
people
is
haven't,
a part
like,
of the horror, some personified
they don't
force
show
of
their
nature
shit
sent
doesn't
to
mean they
destroy
have.
evil that doesn't really exist in any other fleshed out sense. Now, I don't mind any reading.
Some people are
Someone
actually
who's a
good at
great fan
hiding
of Poe may leap at this connection, and they'd be right to, because in a certain sense, whatever the art made you feel is the right answer for you. But for what we're doing here, I tried to stick as closely as possible to what I think the actual artistic intention was, rather than going off my personal opinion. I like to try to find evidence, and for a show that's as filled with background detail as this one would think there'd be plenty of places to insert that evidence, and yet we don't ever see that full confirmation bit. Pizzolatto has been pretty open about his intertextual influences, and for the most part has included clear links to them in the show, which we don't truly see here. I'm sure it's something at least tacitly influential though, even if we only say something as minimal as Poe was the largest influence on the two main writers that are being referenced here. Ultimately, it's a fun parallel, a fun thematic link, a fun reading of Rust as a character, especially given Poe's overarching influence.
Everyone's
on
like, Poe was like a
genres of
weird,
the
sad
Southern
weirdo.
Gothic
How do you
and
think
the
he got
American
that way?
weird. And I certainly don't think it harms anything to incorporate this if you
You
enjoy
think
it.
he saw some
But the
shit
most we can
and
call
instead
it
of
is
like
a reading of
repeating
Rust,
the
not
cycle he
something
just
we can
wrote?
say is definite subtext. Alright, time for a bit of a rabbit hole next, something that's been puzzling fans and causing minor debates since the show's release. In episode 6, we see Rust pay another visit to Reverend Joel Therio, and there's a couple of unnerving signs right out of the gate. A notice on the door saying, "Please watch your children," and a Bible quote on the sign outside from John 3:18.
Watch your
"Dear
fucking
children,
kids."
let us not love with words or speech, but with actions and in truth. This is first and foremost some run-of-the-mill foreshadowing.
Oops.
Obviously, if you live in this area, you probably should be watching your children closely and suspicious of those from the church professing to love
I
them.
realize
But given
I'm
the tone the
completely
conversation with
retarded
the Reverend
right
takes,
now.
I think we might also view it as an action related to his guilt
Ugh.
over what he knows the church to be doing. Rust asks him about the
I couldn't
program
take it
set up
anymore.
by
I couldn't
Tuttle
breathe out of
Ministries,
one
and he
side of my
replies,
face
it was
for like
called
the whole day.
Wellspring. It was an evangelical initiative to provide religious education as an alternative to public schooling in rural communities. Rust asks him about a specific school on Pelican Island, and Therio replies, "I don't know it's specific, but there was one in 1988, accusations of children being interfered with." Rust is somewhat shocked by this, not that it may have occurred, but that he found no mention of these accusations during his detective work. Therio explains the lack of a paper trail, saying it was kept internal. Maybe it was nothing, maybe people was paid. It's got nothing to do with me, mind you. I was going to school in Baton Rouge, gossip around the seminary, but we didn't give credence to rumours. Rust continues to push him, asking why he left, and Therio's initial reasoning is bureaucracy, politics, and once more we see Rust's near-psychic attunement kick in, and he instructs the Reverend not to lie to him, again asking why he left. And it's here we get to another very
Oh my
interesting
God.
reference that seemingly comes out of left field. Clearly quite distressed in recounting it, Therio
I got a
says,
job offer.
"Part of our lay duties was custodial. One night
may
I
be in
cleaned the
March,
senior ministry's library.
which
I knocked
means I
over
wouldn't
a
be able to
very
go to
old
Colorado.
volume,
I'd have to go
the
to
Letters
Arizona.
of Teleos de Lorca, 12th century Franciscan mystic, very obscure.
Or
When I
it
picked
might
up
be
the
another
book,
state
this
after
little
like
folder
look too,
falls
because
out,
it was like
little folder of
it was like three different states
pictures
they
of
offered.
children. I can't finish
And
that
it said
quote due
like
to
2
YouTube
different states, and
censorship,
then it
so
had a
let's
job
just say
offer for
the
another
pictures
state.
would fall under the category of CSAM. Therio took the book to Deacon Farrar, a man close
But I'd
with
have to
Tuttle.
take it in March.
Chillingly, he did not act
It's
on
they.
this
I
terrible
told them I was
crime,
competing
instead
with somebody
implying
else,
that
one
by
of their
bringing it to him,
competitors, and
Therio
this
was
woman is
confessing
trying to
that
snatch me
he'd
up
be
before the guy
implicated as
snatches
the
me up.
person in possession
So now I
of
have
these
options,
pictures.
guys.
So not only
If
does
you
that
had an
demonstrate
option,
that Tuttle and Wellspring were
would you
connected
pick?
to these terrible crimes, they were also actively
Where in the
involved
West
in
would you
covering
go?
them up. And this is clearly
Fuck yeah,
something
I'm
that
good.
caused
All right.
Therio to lose faith. He's had other hardships, his preaching tents being vandalized, his struggles with alcohol, but we very much get the sense that it was this discovery that served as an initial catalyst to him moving away
She's
from
stealing
the
me
church.
from
He
the other
ends with,
guy.
"All my life I wanted to be nearer to God."
She's stealing me
The
from
only
the other guy.
nearness, silence.
Because she
And
figured
that's not
out
just a loss
when
of
I was
faith
talking
in
to her
the
that I
clergy.
had
That's an
another
admission that he's
option.
never found the
And I
communicative
told her
God
the
that he
option
desired,
because
that
I was
he's
trying
never
to play
felt
that
God's
option against
closeness
her.
in his life. either because God doesn't truly exist
So she's
and
trying
his
to
faith
steal me
is
now.
dashed
She
because
even
of that,
fucking
or
asked
perhaps
me
more
for a
terrifyingly
whole,
because God
history.
isn't
So now it's up to
interested
me. Now I have
in
2
this
choices I
poisoned
can go to.
community
I
that
can go to
secretly
work.
worships the other side. But let's go back to that left field mention
I
of where the
can go to
pictures
work
were
in
found.
May
The
and watch
letters
Fish
of
Tank.
Teleos de Lorca, 12th
I can go to
century
work in May and
Franciscan
watch Fish
mystic.
Tank and not be
Those that
bothered and
don't
be a
know, the
burden on my
Franciscan
friends
Church
who
or the
already can't fucking
Franciscans
stand me
are
because
a
of
set
one
of
fucking nurse
religious
that lives
orders
here.
within the
That's not
Catholic
even
Church.
part of our friend
Now,
group.
this Teleos de Lorca does
That
not
it
exist.
fucking
In fact,
complained
there
to me
was no
about eating an
Franciscan
egg
order in the 12th
when I
century.
didn't fucking
However,
take
if
it.
we're going to be generous, then there
Or
is only one singular 12th century Franciscan
I can
mystic,
go
a
to
name
either
I
South
presume
Dakota
most will
or
be familiar with,
Arizona
Saint Francis
and
of
just fucking
Assisi.
leave. And not
Unsurprisingly,
have
the
anyone
founder
fucking
of the
nagging me.
Franciscan order.
Not have
He was
anybody
born
fucking
towards the end
making me
of the
feel like
12th
I'm a
century,
fucking problem
and
when
he
I'm
was most
not.
definitely a mystic,
And
so
not be
we
dealing
could
with any
describe him as
bullshit.
a 12th
And then
century
get a flip
mystic
phone
that
and
later
fucking
founded
disappear.
the
So
Franciscans. For the
I'm
most
gonna
part, it's his
I got an
teachings that
offer.
the Franciscan order follow today. As you may
Got another
expect, though,
offer.
they have evolved over the centuries, and we shouldn't
I still want to
understand
live on
the
my own
current
because I'm so
Franciscans
fucking
as
sick
some
of people.
great
It's
followers
insane.
of mysticism. They are
With the
more
exception
simply
of
a
having fun
branch
this
of the
weekend,
Catholic
it was
Church
nice.
that preach charity and
Or
humility. At
this
the time
last
of
week.
the order's inception, members were disallowed from owning property and had to beg for food, although this was
Oh,
the
you mean to
subject
tell me I don't
of
have to
some
live with
internal
fucking people
controversy
that
and was
suck?
relaxed relatively quickly.
Although my
It's
friends
always
are
been
fine,
quite
but
a
like
fringe thing, despite
we
being
have one
involved
person
in
who's
big
not part of the
moments
core
in
group,
history
and she's
like
just
the
being a
Spanish
dumb fucking
Inquisition
nurse
and the
minority
founding of the New
bitch.
World.
So
We don't need to worry about all of that too much. It is a throwaway reference after all that is trying to hint at some worrying internal occultism that has been
literally
historically
bringing her
linked to
girlfriend over
paedophilia.
and they
The
argue, and
images
she
that fall
left
out
because
of
the
the book
girlfriend was
aren't
being
part of
abusive.
that book. They're a
Why do I
folder
have
that
to
has been
fucking go
hidden
through
within
this
it.
again?
So the
Some
connection is
44%
tacit
shit.
at best, but given the description that it's very obscure
Oh
stuff,
shit.
there certainly is the hint that it's somehow thematically linked. Perhaps whoever hid it did so because they thought no one would ever have reason to open the book, but the show is certainly alluding to there perhaps being more there. Now, there is an article from Den of Geek going further into this. It's a little bit all over the place, but it's building on an essay by Cindy Greening that is now only available via the
When do
Wayback
you want
Machine.
an answer?
Greening points to St. Francis being very intimate with God, very expressive about his brand of love for the Lord, in a
I can
manner
leave
that
in
we might
March.
recognize as a romantic interest, going as far as to refer to himself as
I
a
gotta think about
spouse
this
of the
until
Holy
tomorrow.
Spirit. It's fair to say that
And I'm
St. Francis felt a very
taking
personal
fucking flu
and affectionate
medication.
yearning for God. To quote Greening, intimacy with God was the foremost priority for Francis, being in love with the one who loved him first. Now, I should point out that this isn't unique
I
to
tried
St.
really
Francis.
hard to like
Christian language
ingratiate her
often
into the
veered
group and
into
stuff. When we
describing
had a
Jesus as
barbecue and we had
bridegroom,
everyone
as
here.
a great
We had
lover,
everyone
texts
here.
like the Song
And I
of
tried to like
Songs, and
ingratiate
many
her.
others
She
that
could
we
not be
could list
bothered
describe
because
a
she's not a
very
nerd
intimate
like
kind of
us.
love
Like she doesn't
between
give a shit.
Christians and
She's
their
literally
spiritual
here
saviour.
because she was
In
pawned
fact,
off
that's
by
exactly
somebody
how we
else
see
that
it
like
applied in The Witch.
used to hang out
Catherine
with
has
us.
a whole
And
monologue
the rent is
essentially
like dirt ass
describing
cheap
dream
because my
cheating
friend's
on her
in need.
husband with Jesus
And
that is
she's a
exactly
fucking
that. It's
asshole.
weirdly
I
sexually
didn't take
coded,
shit.
especially to a modern ear.
And like she
And
got
we
my
can
one
find
buddy to
figures
get into an
like
argument
Francis
with
engaging in this kind
with
of
me,
talk
and now
all the way
like
back to the 1st
I
and
had to
2nd
fucking
century.
rebuild a
It even
friendship over
appears
some
several
dumb
times in the
asshole
Bible,
nurse
with
that
Jesus
drives a
referring to
fucking
himself
wannabe
as the
Elantra
bridegroom in relation
that
to
like
his
was like, "Don't
disciples.
take my
So we shouldn't
egg."
make the mistake of seeing this as something
Caused all these
specific to
fucking
St.
problems, made
Francis,
me
but
mad
it's certainly
uncomfortable
a
to want to fucking
defining
be here now.
characteristic. And him being a mystic, this
So I
evidence
applied
of
for like 30-something
occult-driven,
jobs because I
perverted
don't want to
lust
fucking deal with
falling
this
out
shit
of a book
anymore. I'm
linked to
tired
him,
of fucking
it very much
feeling
does
like a
seem to
burden
be
to people.
another inversion. A
I'm
twisting
tired of
of
feeling
this
like
love
a
for
fucking
God into
annoyance to
something
people.
darker, just
I
like
want
we've
my
seen
own
with
job, I
other
want my own
inversions
dorm, I
of
don't want to
Christian
live with people,
language
and I
and
want to live on my
ceremony in
fucking own.
Satanism. There's
Thanks.
potentially a subtle link here between Francis's
You can fucking
affections for
train the
God
dog all
and this
week.
kind of
You know,
twisted love
know what
we
she does
see
with
in the
her own dog?
abuses
She
of the
leaves a
cult.
fucking diaper
All
on
that
it
being
and
said,
neglects
there
it
is
and
a
leaves it
simpler
in her fucking
explanation that
room
they
while it
wanted
barks and
something within
cries.
Christianity
That's what she
that
does.
sounded
When I offered to
esoteric
go
and
fucking walk,
verging on
she's
the
like,
occult.
"I don't
That
think my
in some
dog
way
likes you.
this
I don't want you
mystic
near it."
offshoot
Yeah,
of
well, you know what? I
Christianity
don't
had
think your
somehow
dog's fucking happy
identified
because
the
you leave
same
it in a
cosmic
fucking
truths
diaper
we're
and
now
neglect it
encountering
most of
in
the week,
20th century
asshole.
Louisiana. If it was something deeper
So
about the spiritual philosophies of St.
I want
Francis, then
out.
why wouldn't they use St.
It
Francis's
fucking
name? And more
sucks.
crucially, why would they make the mistake of suggesting that the Franciscan order even existed in the 12th century? One would think they'd get the inception date right if they were also drawing out complex points about the
So I
inversion
applied for a
of the
bunch of
Franciscan
jobs. I'm
philosophy.
tired of
It
feeling
is
like a
worth
burden to
noting,
fucking
however, that
people.
there is a character called Francis within the show, so there may well be another reference reference to St. Francis of Assisi lurking there too. It simply alluding to a strange brand of Christian mysticism certainly seems more
what's that?
straightforward. However, that's only half the
Oh,
topic.
she
We
voted
also
for
have the name
Trump.
Teleos de Lorca. As Cindy
Who
Greening's
gives a
essay
shit? You're
Teleos
being
de Lorca
fooled by a
Unmasked
government that doesn't give a
suggests,
fuck
this
about
could
you.
well be a riff
That
on
doesn't
the
give a
name
shit
of
about
Spanish
you.
poet and playwright Federico Garcia Lorca.
But yeah, the person
Lorca
who
was
fucking used to
homosexual
help you with
despite
cancer treatment and
homosexuality
shit, get
being a
mad at them
criminal
for
act
voting
at the
for some
time,
dude who
and his
doesn't
writing
fucking
is
matter.
often concerned
You
with
idiot.
dark or forbidden desire
No, I
that
want
is
out.
in no
I'm
doubt
outta here.
referential to his
I
personal life.
just have a
In his
choice to
play
either
Blood
choose
Wedding,
March
he writes,
17th
"To
or
burn
May
with desire
or
and
May
keep
7th.
quiet about it is the greatest punishment we can bring on ourselves." We can find many
And
similar
honestly,
quotes
it
along the
depends
same
on how
lines
much I can
elsewhere
stretch
in
my
his
budget
work.
out, because I
Now,
would
this
like to
does
watch
fit the
Fish
language
Tank
of St. Francis
and
somewhat.
not have to
That's the
fucking
link
pay for
that
it.
Greening is making, that
And
Garcia
maybe like
Lorca was
chill
very much like
a
St.
little bit
Francis
and
of
write
Assisi,
more sci-fi
espousing a
essays
deep love
before
and
I fucking
appreciation
leave,
for the natural world and its
so I can put
importance
shit
on
out while I'm
nurturing
like
and
trying to
sustaining
work.
the creative spirit. That there
Or
seems
I
to
can
be
just leave
multiple
now and not
allusions
have the
to
headache
deep
of
and
people making me
passionate
feel like
desire,
shit
and it's being
constantly,
placed next to Therio's horrendous
which
discovery
is
of
also
CSAM
nice.
materials as an inversion of these themes. That
Thank
the
you,
cult are
Macro. I
trying to
appreciate
access
it.
something raw and magical via these horrendous sexual acts. And it doesn't end there. Garcia Lorca was also a proponent of what he termed the duende, which he outlined in his text, Theory and
I will
Play
never
of
be
the
fucking
Duende.
nice to another motherfucker
Duende
on the planet. I
loosely
don't
translates
care.
to having soul. In his own words, the duende burns
She
the blood
never
like
works. Oh
powdered
yeah, I've been
glass,
working
that
since
it
fucking
exhausts,
2017,
rejects all the
asshole.
sweet
You're just
geometry
fucking
that
mad
we
because I'm not
understand.
wiping your
All
ass.
that has dark has duende,
Dipshit.
and there's no deeper
Because it's
truth
not your
than that.
ass I'm
Now,
not
duende
wiping.
is an abstract concept, but to try and explain it simply, it's a force, a dark
Can't
possession
fucking
that takes
stand
hold of
people.
people that suffer for their passion, something born from struggle, something honest and raw, a mysterious power that everyone feels but no philosopher can explain. It's a far bigger topic than we can really do justice to here,
Oh shit,
so
did
let's
they go
just
this
say
way?
a dark brand of yearning and suffering from which we can glimpse the raw edges
March
of human
17th?
passion
What is it?
through
A month
art.
from now?
Something violent as much as it is loving.
I'm gonna
And
email her after
interestingly, a
this
more
fucking
modern
round and
proponent
say, can
of
I
the
just get
duende is
time
Nick
to think
Cave,
about it
as
and
in
then collect
Nick Cave
my
and the Bad Seeds,
collect my
Red
stuff,
Right Hand,
collect
and
my
so on.
like
In a lecture he gave on love
thoughts.
songs, he speaks very highly of Lorca and goes into detail on the duende. And Nick Cave just so happens to appear on the soundtrack of True Detective Season 1 with his band Grinderman.
I'm
Now
gonna
again,
work my
we should
fucking ass
simplify
off
this.
because
It
it's a
could just be
year-round
a
spot.
bit
That
of
position is
intellectual
year-round. It's not
referencing
just
because
seasonal.
Pizzolatto is a
I'm gonna
Garcia
work my
Lorca
fucking
fan,
ass
and he
off, take
wanted
all
to
the
use
fucking
the name.
overtime, save all
Lorca
my
is
fucking money, and
internationally renowned for
fucking
his
work my
writing,
way up
and we
and
can
never
see
ask
Nick
another
Pizzolatto
motherfucker
pulling
for
from a
help.
broad
Watch.
array of literary
Watch.
influences in the show. So that seems like the safer bet. But when we mash all
Get
of
my
this
own
together,
fucking car,
an image
get a fucking
definitely
flip
starts
phone,
to
and
form of great
ignore
desire,
shit.
of the darkness of desire, of the twisting of this somewhat sexualized brand of Christian love into something far more sinister and mystical. Despite any quibbles over the
I wanna do
minutiae,
this.
these two elements combined do seem to refer to some kind of burning and hidden desire that is spiritually targeted or guided, we could say.
So
We can
fucking
say
over
that it
dumb
fits,
motherfuckers.
but it's not something we
insane.
can necessarily prove, and it's certainly not the only approach people have taken.
And
For
I
example,
forgive
in a
them because I
separate piece of
understand there's
writing,
got to be
Greening
somebody
also
in the
identifies
fucking
that Telios
midwit
de
section
Lorca
of the
is an
fucking bell
anagram of
curve,
celestial
but I'm
door.
tired of
And as
constantly
we
dealing
know,
with
the
that
spiral
shit
is
and
an
having
image that
nothing to deal
essentially is a
and having no
celestial door.
fucking backup,
And we
no
do
fucking
have the
support with it. I
allusions
don't
to
give a
Rush
shit
crossing
anymore.
over to Carcosa during the
Wipe
finale,
your own
essentially
fucking
crossing
ass.
through
I've had
a
to do it for
celestial doorway.
decades.
Now, I'm
And I
iffy
never
about
complained about it
anagrams,
until
but it's
recently
certainly a
because it
nice
got
link,
dire
even if it is
recently. I
accidental.
almost was
We
homeless
also
and I
have the
lived with a
meaning
fucking
of the names
crackhead in a
individually.
halfway
That's
house.
something
So
we
now I'm
do know
fucking
the show
mad
is using
and I
to
don't give
convey
a
meaning,
shit.
given we have Rust Cole, Marty Hart, Childress,
On top of
and
dealing with a
Ilval.
fucking
I've seen
selfish
people
asshole
suggesting that Lorca means Lord, which, unless I'm mistaken, it
pretending
doesn't.
to love me.
Telios, however,
I hate
is
that
very
shit,
close to
yo.
telos, which means the
Get out
end
of my fucking
in Greek.
face.
The end is in the completion of a goal or the culmination of a purpose. And that has very dark connotations here, given
She
the
doesn't
context.
work.
That somehow this
Yeah,
horrendous
well, you beat your
treatment of the
fucking
youth
kids and you're a piece of
represents an
shit.
end goal
So
for the
shut up.
cult, the culmination of their twisted purpose that will be achieved via these
Anywho,
terrible acts. And we know that's the
I
case,
may need to get more
100%.
coffee
Childress
to get
refers to
this
his
fucking
ascension
Benadryl
through
out of my
these
system.
acts. We
I'm
see
getting
children
mad.
at the center of the spiral, providing a bridge between Carcosa and the material
Oh, I need
realm.
all the
And I think
mats.
we can safely say that this kind of wordplay and soft altering of Greek words is definitely at work in the script.
I don't even
In
give a
fact,
shit
we
about
can see
being
that
right.
in
That's
the
the
name
crazy part. I
Therio,
don't.
which is one letter away from Therion, which was a self-assigned moniker of
I have nothing
Aleister
to prove to
Crowley,
people because I know
Master
people just want a
Therion.
fucking
Therion
story.
is
They don't
Greek
actually
for
give a fuck
beast.
about what
And this
happens to
small
someone.
mystery has
They
caused
just want a
fans to have
distraction from
questions
their own
since the
stupid
show's release.
bullshit.
A quick googling of the name will bring up articles, Q&A threads, essays and Reddit
I'm done
arguments,
feeling
all
empathy
trying
for
to figure out the same
assholes.
thing. Telios de Lorca has since become a character in what I understand to be something akin to a D&D campaign. Like many elements of the show, there's now mythology being built around it,
delirious. I
despite
couldn't
people
breathe
not
out of
being
my
clear
fucking
on what it's
nose.
based on. I've given it
And
my
I know
best
it
shot
makes me
here
all like like
to present
crazy.
what I think are the likeliest answers. Ultimately, though, there simply isn't enough to go off to draw any kind of a solid conclusion. So I did the only logical
I
thing
got
at that
tired of
point
having to
and
flip
contacted
over.
Nick
I was gonna go to
Pizzolatto,
bed.
really
I was
the only
getting tired of having
person
to
that could
flip
answer
over
the
every 5
question, to
minutes
see
and
what he
not
had to
cough.
say about the thematic origins of the name. To quote Nick verbatim, Lorca is from Federico Garcia Lorca. Telios is from Telos. Now, that does raise one further question. Is this a reference to Garcia Lorca's themes, or is it simply including the name because Nato is a fan? But I didn't want to ask him anything further given his wonderfully laconic sign-off, so that small part is still up for debate, I suppose. But it's much of a muchness, and I think Telios being Telos provides us enough to know that this name is alluding to
I want to
the
make
dark
sure I saw
goals
that
of the
email
cult,
right, so I'm not
perhaps
just
an
saying
end
shit.
result of religion in
Hold
general.
on, let me pause
I think we
this.
can safely say the whole
So I'm
show
not just
is a
saying it, and then I wake up and I'm like, oh, they said I did have a chance, but they canceled. That shit has happened. Ugh. I've thought about getting surgery for my deviated septum, but I remember my friend got it, and then he fucking went like a week after, and a big fucking blood clot booger came out, and I almost vomited. And I don't want anyone going in my face. I'm too scared, guys. I don't want to fucking go under. It sucks. Hold on. Unless it's life or death. Hold on. Whatever, we can listen to this shit. Give me 1 sec. Oh, fuck. Yeah, no, I want to tell her, let me... Oh, it's Friday. I can think it over for the whole weekend. I know they're only Monday through Friday. Excellent. All right. 1 sec, guys. I just need a thingy. Oh, crap. Excellent. Yeah. Oops.
of religious authority and perversion, no matter how we look at it, so that certainly seems to fit. I personally think it's
Scraping my
more
tongue
likely
excessively
that
gets the
we're
juices flowing.
simply referencing
Yeah,
Garcia
I
Lorca
brushed
rather
before
than
stream,
actually
and then I
importing his
usually
themes
take the
into the
back and
story,
front part of
because
my
I think
brush
that's
with
kind of
like
a
the
twisted
ribbed
way
back.
to look at
And
his work, but it could be
and then
another
I take.
twisted inversion,
Also,
a
what I do
glimpse
is a
into the
good secret.
darkness.
This is a good tip. If you have the plackers with the flosser on the end, you can take the like. Did I put it in my pocket? I just had one. I just had one, guys. Fuck, I think I put it in my pocket though. Oh shit. I changed pants. I have a whole bag of them. Doesn't matter, I have a whole bag. But I take a flosser, like a placker with the stick end and the flosser end, and I take the flossy end and I go and I clean my tongue, and then I take the brush and clean my tongue. So I like do. I am so weird about my teeth. I tried to hide it at the hangout. I was like kept going into the bathroom to pee, and then I'd like sneak my toothbrush in and be like, because I don't like having a weird fuck. Oh shit, my chapstick's hot. But yeah, it's like the other thing with brushing your teeth is like I also like milk and coffee in my milk or milk in my coffee. So it's like I get hella flummy just from that alone. So I'm always brushing my teeth from that shit too. Oh, hold on. Also broke a fucking crown this winter and I have like no fucking dental, so I have to get a fucking job. It's a nightmare. Anyway, let's do this. I was looking at flip phones, but I realized I also can't take my computer with me with like, it depends on what location I go to. I don't know if I'm gonna have the room for my computer. So I still have to record audio somehow. Which I might have to just still have a fucking regular phone even though I don't want to. Fucking sucks. Let's see. Yeah. What the hell is that? What did I just get? Oh, sword? Genfu sealed. Is that like the sealed J sword? I have to like kill 1,000 enemies and then it becomes special. Genfu sealed. What is it? It seems to be, something seems to be missing. I bet you gotta kill stuff. Oh, it looks so cool. Oh. So it's never gonna get upgraded. So it's not even worth it. I'll just feed it. Feed it to my robot.
Of the human soul and the pursuit of some raw mystical energy. To go back to Cindy Greening one last time, she sees this telos, this culmination, this ending, as the end result.
I don't do the commissions for 40K. I wish I did. I help buddies when they're like overwhelmed because they do commissions. My buddy does commissions for 40K. He has an Etsy. I was trying to help him out, but then some asshole from the internet sent him a fucking video of me showing off his knives on stream because I was also making him a knife website to sell his knives, and I also was trying to get him a place in town who sells knives to get him his own little jewel kiosk to sell his knives, and he got wigged out because he's super commie and super paranoid of the internet and the people that are on it, so he thought that it was an invasion of privacy and I can't help him anymore. So, yeah, I used to like help paint 40K characters, but I don't do that now because people from the internet fucked with him and he doesn't trust me now because of the streaming and shit. So that's like, sorry, I wish I did. I don't anymore. I don't do that. All because some fucking retard sent him a video of me going through the World War II desk I have in the shop. The only reason I'm not in there is because it's too cold and it's not insulated. But I was like, oh, look at these cool knives. My friend makes these knives. And I was already making him a Squarespace website. And I already had everything listed out. And then I guess someone sent him a video. And he was like, that's an invasion of privacy. And I don't trust any of that. And he like hates Trump supporters. He thinks I'm a Trump supporter and shit. I'm not. I just don't trust people in general because of exactly what fucking happened. So, it was my bad for even showing it. I didn't know what else to fucking do to try to sell his shit. But my other buddy was actually on a reality TV show and he experienced literally what I was going through. And, he was on an episode of Forged in Fire. And then he won his episode. And then they had him come back for the season finale. And he won the season finale, which was all the winners from that season. He beat them again. And then I guess like the company that was doing the fucking internet shit to like boost people, they were doing the beef thing where they were talking shit on all his stuff and they were DMing him and making him feel like sending stupid shit. And he was like, why am I even trying to get garner clout for this when I don't give a fuck about these people? And he disappeared from the internet too. He makes better knives than most people. So I just think it's not for everyone. because he's thriving anyway. So, yeah, like the biggest thing in October was I was trying to explain this shit, and then I actually gave him some insight explaining that people will just cause beef just to get you more views and just to get you more like looks and everything, like uh to boost your algorithm. He was like, "Oh fuck," and he kind of felt bad about it, but I was like, "You actually make hardware, like you actually make knives and things that are useful. You're a craftsman, so you're not selling yourself like I am, so you can actually still make shit and not give a fuck about these people." And it actually kind of changed my perspective and made me just want to go back to work because it wasn't fucking worth the stress. It wasn't worth the stress and the aging that I'm going through for all this shit. So I'll show you his Instagram though. He's dope as fuck. He looks like Jay Dyer. I've known him since I was 16. We used to do CKY and Jackass shit to each other with our other friends. We used to do antiquing, nut shots. We had the beauty shot bit that I have came from hanging out with him. He was up in October with the rest of our friends. He's one of the best motherfuckers on the planet. He was also my first boyfriend. Hold on. Actually, I don't know if I want to show him because I don't want to get him stressed out, but I think he might actually have a fucking face, like a social media only. He was like, I had a social media handler and they didn't even like say any of that. I was like, isn't it weird that those of us that are autistic, if someone just said that's what they were doing, we could play along way better? Right? But no. Let's stress out the fucking weirdo artists so we can milk more out of them. Go make your own shit, dude. I'm so fucking tired of it. Here we go. I actually was thinking about in my off time, if I didn't get the full year job and I got the seasonal job, going under blacksmithing with him, because here I haven't been able to get into the shop because everyone here is fucking depressed and paranoid now because of the internet and the video that was sent to my one roommate. So they're not letting me fucking blacksmith now. But he doesn't give a shit because he actually went through what I've been through. Fucking retarded. It's a trial by fire. Everyone's since we suffered, you have to suffer too. How about I don't fucking like you that much, and I'll just go do my own fucking thing, dipshit. I already know, moron. Now I just don't fucking like you. How about that? Oh shit. Season 3, episode 13, Dave. Look it up. That's my buddy I've known since I was 16. But he doesn't tolerate stupid shit anymore. He actually shut down his website because he got sick of fucking people. That's not surprising. But weirdly enough, has enough money to buy a fucking house. Why the fuck am I even here? What the fuck is this? I'll show you one of his knives. I don't want to send you his way because he doesn't deserve it. He's actually a good dude. He doesn't fucking deserve it. Although he does now understand what was going on. He just didn't know then. If he did, he probably could have struck while the iron was hot. And he actually makes shit, so he could have just ignored all the stupid fucking drama and just made shit. Actually, I'm gonna save the picture, because I don't even want to fucking send this horseshit his way. Actually, can I... Paint. Open paint. Yeah, he even closed down his fucking site. He didn't give a fuck. He's like, I don't even need this shit. He's cool as fuck. And I'm glad people don't fucking know his ass. Get gate kept in a different way, bitch. Get gate kept in a fucking reverse engineered way where you're gonna learn fucking nothing. Because you're an asshole. Let's see. Fuck. Because your services aren't fucking needed now. I don't even want to fucking put his shit out in the ether. Because I feel bad. That's his knife. Me and him used to hang out and go, I can't wait till DSL comes out. I think that's our shop. No, that's his shop. That's not here. But he totally won all his fucking... I just didn't live here at the time when they were doing more blacksmithing classes. I lived away from here for a decade. I lived out west doing gaming shit because I was the gaming nerd. We were both weebs though. He actually worked at the anime shop that I used to be like Jane, Silent Bob, and stand up. He was working at a fucking anime shop where they had bootleg VHSs and weeb shit. And he let me put his fucking long hair and pigtails and draw Pikachu cheeks on him. He tolerated my fucking crazy ass. He's a really good friend of mine. And I don't even want to put his shit out there because I don't want him to deal with stupid shit. Damn. And he also lost weight like I did. Like a fuckload. On his own. Damn. Without even me bugging him.
Of exactly what Rust
Yeah, sorry guys,
describes
I
in
don't mean to
episode
crash
1,
out.
the
I'm
paraphilic
on
love
fucking...
map, an attachment of physical lust to
I'm on
fantasy
fucking like
and practices forbidden
Benadryls
by
and shit.
society. And hopefully that brings some level of closure to a very minor but decade-long
I'm just
debate.
tired of
I'd
being
just like
sick
to
and not
say
being able
thank
to breathe
you
out of
to
my
Nick for that.
sinuses.
He was very kind to do that, and I have been in contact with Cindy Greening to let her know that an essay she wrote a decade ago has essentially been entirely validated.
But he did
let's
leave
get
one
back
of
on
these
track
here,
with
which is
another
one of his
piece of
designs while he
Louisiana
was here in
folklore we're
October.
yet to
So
touch on.
like,
Courrier de Mardi Gras. In episode 2,
I'm gonna
we
hang
see
out with
a
my
very
boys.
threatening image of a young Dora flanked by 5
I had really good
strangely
fun with
dressed
people
men
last
on
week that
horses.
were
They
nerdy
wear
enough to
animal
remind me of my
masks and
boys.
conical hats, and
I
their
can't get
placement
my
is
boys together,
reminiscent
so
to
I'll
the
hang out with the one
simulation
that
of
is
sacrifice
available.
we see
I'm
both
like so
Audrey and
fucking
Rust recreated.
bummed
5
out.
male figures around a singular female figure.
Let's
This
see.
is, of course, what's depicted on the videotape. The outfits, though, are from the Louisianan folk celebration Courrier de Mardi Gras. Courrier de Mardi Gras, meaning Mardi Gras Run or Fat Tuesday Run, is a traditional
I
celebration
miss
that
Mardi
takes
Gras.
place
Thank
on
God.
the
I almost took
Tuesday
a fucking
before
bus
Lent.
down there
The
to get
details and
nagged to
activities vary
death
slightly
about what I'm
in
doing
different areas
wrong.
of Louisiana, but the
It's
core
cool. I
of the
got friends that
celebration
actually
is a
fucking know how to be
cross-country
creative
run,
and
often taking the
succeeded. I'll
form
just
of a
ask how they
symbolic
fucking did
parade
it,
in which the
asshole.
participants wear garish disguises, sing, dance, make merry,
Literally do a
create
fucking
and
monkey
consume communal
song and
gumbo,
dance
and
to get
most
any sort of
importantly
fucking
chase a
help.
chicken, or rather multiple chickens, which are symbolically sent to the
So
gumbo.
stupid.
They also do this, which should immediately
What
call
am I
to mind
doing?
the photo we saw in Dora's mother's house. Now, the actual people doing the chicken chasing are usually running on foot, but the person releasing the chicken is often on horseback, and in certain iterations many of the participants are on horseback. And so we have this idea of the helpless little chicken running from raucous revelers trying to grab them, accompanied by men on horseback. And that provides an even more troubling edge to this photo as an image starts to build of Dora as the helpless target of the masked revelers. As you might expect, this festival has evolved from historic traditions. To quote Wikipedia, these origins are
I'm just
found
really
in the
sick and
customs of
uncomfortable. I'm
Catholic
really cranky
medieval
about
Europe,
it now.
specifically the Feast of Begging in medieval France. During the feast, which was a time when begging from house to house was a socially acceptable behaviour, disguised revelers would go through the countryside visiting households and performing for offerings. The poor, at the end of long winters and short on food, would gather in groups and make their way from castle to manor house to beg for food from the wealthy, dancing and singing in return for the
you have to be a
generosity of
lolcow
the
for them
nobles.
just to eat.
It's still the same core principle.
I'm
They were
good.
begging for food to eat during
Most
the
of them
feast,
are
and now
fucking
the
retarded. I'll
participants
go
of Courrier
figure
de
out how to
Mardi
make
Gras go
money.
house
Thanks,
to house,
though.
or chase down chickens in an effort to provide ingredients to the community gumbo. At least symbolically, catching and cooking duration makes the actual chickens they catch an impractical choice for eating on the day.
You get
Historian
so bored
Barry
when you make
Ansliff
that much money
describes
that
it
you have
as
to
an
treat other
early
people like shit,
springtime
and that's the
renewal
only joy you get
festival
out of
for
life. Then you're
communities
fucking
to
evil in the
celebrate
first
and
place, and I
find
don't
themselves.
fucking
And
respect
like
you.
many historic local
Sorry.
traditions, it manages to be both communally wholesome and fucking creepy looking. I think that's
If
a
you're
key
funny
reason
because
the
you
show
want to be
uses
funny
it. It's a distinctly
and you're
Louisianan
self-aware, that's a
folkloric
different
practice
thing, though.
that is going to look strange and terrifying on screen, which is exactly the same game we see in The Wicker Man and many other examples of folk horror. In this case, the participants aim to dress as garishly as possible, and the outcome is something so visually arresting and weird that
does
Lord
look fucking
Summerall
crazy.
himself would
Here, I'll
consider
show
the
you.
whole event an absolute...
That does look a little fucking wild, actually. But, like, also in their tax bracket, they do this shit to each other. So it's like, it's just trickling down. It's just humiliation trickling down. Who gives a shit? Can I go make my thing that I want to make and not be bothered by your gay fucking, like, cultural hazing that makes you feel better because you're fucking dead inside? Can I go make my fucking art? That looks crazy.
The show uses it. It's a distinctly Louisianan folkloric practice that is
orange
going to
burlap.
look strange and terrifying on screen.
Alright. You saw what it looked like. They just have crazy costumes. They still do those marches and shit too. They still do those culty ass fucking marches and act like
Which is
fucking
exactly
assholes,
the same game
and then
we see
try
in The
to like
Wicker
do
Man
48
and
laws
many
in their
other
actual
examples of
lives.
folk horror.
Get
In
the
this
fuck
case,
out of
the
my
participants
face.
aim to dress as garishly as
Don't give
possible,
a
and the
shit.
outcome is something so visually arresting and
Weirdos.
weird that Lord Summerisle himself would consider the whole event an absolute mogging. Now, Rust is going to pick up on the link between the cult and local
said it
festivals,
before I
and
did.
as he mentions Correa de Mardi Gras, he shows Marty these images. The full quote
Marty,
is,
these
"You know
nuts."
the little township down around Erath? Alright, that's where the Tuttle family is from. Now, it used to be a pirate hideout,
I just feel like Mardi Gras nowadays, because everything's so fucked and cucked, and like the big pharma like started in St. Bernard Parish, Louisiana and shit. I just feel like it's a bunch of fucking drugged up retards that don't even know they're just being made fun of for being gay as shit and doing like weird gothic horror, fucking dark cult ritualistic things in the first place.
into plantations,
Which is fine
and
with me. I don't live
had
there.
a very
Fuck it.
rural sense of
retarded.
Mardi Gras. You know, the men on horses, animal masks, and such. Correa de Mardi Gras, that's right. Now, they had an annual winter festival, went heavy on the Saturnalia, a place where the Santeria and Voodoo all mashed together. Have a
So
look.
as a Puerto Rican, I do have a twice removed cousin on the island that did do Santeria, and I'm sorry, not blood related to me. Married into the family, another Puerto Rican that married a Puerto Rican sibling. Had somebody who was in a Santeria. They were invited to a birthday. They were like a first cousin or some shit, and they were never allowed back to the house because it was weird as fuck, and everyone felt like some shit was up, and so they weren't allowed back. I don't fuck with that. I think Jesus is pretty cool. He's about love and like forgiveness and shit. But yeah, I wouldn't want to fuck with that.
From the winter festival, blindfold, antlers,
I mean, I can
mask.
look at it
And the
and
pictures
be unafraid of it because it doesn't affect me in any way, but I wouldn't want to worship that shit. I'm not that retarded.
Rust is showing Marty are clearly reminiscent of the cult sacrifices, which has led to small misunderstandings about the Correa de Mardi Gras link in some of the discussions I've seen. The link to the career is Rust associating the Tuttle family with the image they saw at Dora's mother's house, and the strange-looking local festivals in the area.
They brought
What the
up
show is
Moloch,
not
like,
saying is
2
that the
hours
things we see in those
earlier
photos
into
and
the
at the
thing. I'm
crime
not going
scenes
back
are
that far,
based
though.
on Correa de Mardi Gras. They're
They had
not.
owls and
I've even
Moloch
seen
and
a
shit.
local website describing blindfolding as part of the career celebrations, which from everything I can tell it isn't, and that website mentions True Detective in the same sentence. Masks and veils definitely play a big role in the costuming.
I'm really glad that I hung out with people that had nothing to fucking do with this psychotic shit. Look at this. It's like Crazy Floridians, but Halloween. Someone made that joke, and I'm stealing that. That was somebody in Skankfest said New Orleans is just Florida, but like Halloween, like Hot Topic or Halloween or some shit. It's
But the
true.
blindfolding, not so much. What Rust actually says is that the same local community that celebrated Correa de Mardi Gras also had a winter festival that went heavy on the Saturnalia. Saturnalia, of course,
I just
was a
wanted to show the
reference
dumb
to the
costume.
ancient Roman festival celebrating Saturn, and a term used for wild revelry and indulgence with a certain suggestion towards debauchery. Now, there are local winter
I
festivals
got a text
around
from someone right
Louisiana,
after
but I
having
think
fun
if
for a
something
week, and I was
specific
like
was being
riding high on the
referenced
waves
here,
of
they
fun
would
and
have
literally
named
got
it.
an
The fact that they
immediate
provided
headache
the name Correa de
from this
Mardi
person
Gras
that
and then pivoted
is
to
part
an
of that
unnamed
culture.
adjacent festival
So I
suggests
know
that
it's
they're
not good.
using
I know
the
it's
career
fucking
celebrations
garbage.
as a method of linking the real local customs and this
I know
invented
it's voodoo
celebration
hoodoo
that fits
bullshit.
the show's mythos. Another big clue here is that the imagery we're seeing
I
in the
also know God
photos
loves me, so
doesn't
I'll
really
just say
suit
that
the
and not
visual
fucking worry
language
about
of
it.
winter festivals, and does seem to be very visually reminiscent of spring festivals, specifically
Pardon
the
my
crowning
language.
of a May
I'll
Queen.
repel
We've
later.
got a young, lone woman seated on some kind of chair that we can safely presume is a form of ceremonial throne. She's wearing antlers, according to Rust at least, but
I'm
they're
good.
pretty much impossible to
I'm
see
good,
in the image.
thanks.
There's a lot more focus put on this branch or wreath crown she's wearing, which again is very close to May Queen traditions. And renewal is a much more prominent theme in the show anyway. As we heard from Barry Ansel, career is a celebration of renewal and spring. That's probably another reason why it was chosen. So I don't think there is a specific winter festival being referred to here, and the imagery from it certainly seems to be more spring related. So they're mashing together an original image, influenced by the gumbo pot of culture found in Louisiana. In fact, Rust says exactly that in the quote, first mentioning a pirate hideout, then plantations and whatnot, then drawing in two influences we haven't really mentioned yet, a place where that Santeria and Voodoo all mashed together. That's really the last remaining piece
It
of
was
the
a
puzzle
port.
in understanding
It
the
was a
cult,
port
and it's
back in the
something
day,
that can
so there
take you
was
by
like a lot of
surprise
ways
given
to
it's only
have
mentioned
different
once in passing
cultures.
prior to the penultimate episode. But it is present, and Pizzolato has commented on linking together all these different religious and folkloric and cultural influences into one unique construction. Quoting him, "If these things are all appropriate to the story and its themes, and they can be incorporated organically and become an authentic part of the story, why not? Why not mash these influences together?" Now, he's talking about the script there, but naturally that applies to the cult too, and that's what Rust's speech here is all about. And given that's the case, I think it's quite likely that the specific celebrations that we're seeing in these photos are the result of this mashup of influences.
When my
Pagan
ass
worship,
disappears,
May
I
Queen
wish I didn't delete my
celebrations, or
kick
other
for one
bride
reason. My
figures
ass
involved in
disappears from the
celebrations
fucking
of
internet.
renewal,
Just
and
remember I
Courrier
said
de
I
Mardi
wanted to make
Gras
gay
and other
videos
Mardi
with my
Gras
friends.
adjacent imagery
Like Connor
all rolled
O'Malley
into
gay
one.
level
So hopefully
shit.
that's clear, but what about Santeria
This
and
shit is
Voodoo? How do
retarded.
they factor into things? For those that
No
don't know,
shit.
Santeria and Voodoo are African diasporic
No
religions that both
fucking
blend
shit, dude.
traditional West African
Been saying it
beliefs
for
with
fucking
Roman Catholicism.
decades.
Santeria evolved in
The
Cuba
comedy
and
part
Voodoo
is the
in
fun
Haiti
part.
and Louisiana. There are some key
Now you've just
differences
made me
between
miserable
Haitian
being gay
Voodoo
as shit.
and Louisianan Voodoo, but nothing that's particularly relevant to us here. We also have Palo, another belief system that evolved in Cuba out of a mix between West African belief and Catholicism. That isn't mentioned directly in the show, but it's very much adjacent to Santeria and Voodoo, and as I'm about to demonstrate, likely was an influence on the show as well. And this section comes with a little bit of a disclaimer because I've seen several people offended by the show's inclusion of these religions. To say how much emphasis the show puts on Christianity, these really do
And
seem
all
to
of like
come
the
along
regard
at
I
the
put
end
into dudes
and
for
get
owning
thrown
up to
in
their
out of
shit.
nowhere and in a deliberately
Erase
distasteful way.
that. I don't give
We
a
have
fuck.
two really clear
I don't give a
mentions,
fuck
one of which
anymore.
we just looked at, and it's being overlaid by pictures reminiscent of this
Do not give a
sacrificial
shit.
female figure. The other is even worse. It
I
comes
feel
from
bad for you. You
Papania
can lose
as
like
he's
half your
briefing
shit.
Marty
You know
on
what?
the
I kind of get it now.
investigation
You're
of
too
the
retarded
Children's
for your
House.
own good.
And excuse
While
me
saying
if I
we're
have to
too
censor
retarded
this,
for our
a
own
group of
good.
guys, pedophiles and so forth, voodoo worship, which
Ooh,
again
shit.
seems very dismissive and
No
is
harm, no foul. I'm
immediately
gonna
linking
go.
voodoo
I'm gonna
with
go
very
over here
distasteful
now.
things. And all of this is exacerbated
Don't
by
give
the
a
fact
fuck.
that both of these religions are often portrayed as being quite barbaric. For example,
Let me
rumors
go
of
sit
human
with these guys
sacrifice,
now, the rednecks that
demonizing of
don't give a shit
Afro-Caribbean
and
belief
are
systems,
smart
and
enough
so
to
on.
have crypto,
It's a
but
big
also not
topic,
give a
but
fuck.
suffice to say, I can see why people might be initially upset that the show mentions these religions and places them next to human sacrifice and bad things happening to children. But if I might fight the show's corner for a second, the first quote is Rust's initial understanding of the mashup of influences at work within the cult, as we'll find out that was done deliberately by the cult to manipulate those existing belief systems. It's not actually Santeria and Voodoo, it's a very isolated cult manipulating and co-opting the beliefs of Santeria and Voodoo, likely as a method of manipulating the superstitions of their local community. And every other tacit mention or allusion to the African diaspora in the antebellum South seems to be pointing towards the horrors they endured. Even within that quote, there's a mention of plantations. The second
I was
quote
already
is
like at
Papania
this
being
fucking spot
purposefully
years ago and
dismissive.
knew how to be
It's the
nice
fallout
with it
and push to
within me.
cover up these awful crimes by
Getting
simplifying them
pressed by
down into
fucking
something
retards that are
people
just
will
now
readily
figuring it
believe.
out. Get out of my
It's
fucking
supposed
face.
to
I
be
don't
an
respect you.
oversimplification into stereotype that is missing the whole story. We're
Now I'm
supposed to
gonna
be
go
angry
hang
about
out with
it. Rust
rednecks
sure
that
is,
just like
because
to
we know
work
as
and
well as
understand
him
the way
that
things
voodoo
understand
worship
what they
is
can and can't
absolutely
change, and
not a
also
good
not give a shit
description
about what
of
you
what the
think.
cult were doing, just like Satanism wasn't a good explanation of the Dora Lang crime scene. In fact, directly following this mention
I
of
made the
voodoo
mistake
worship,
of
we move into a
extending an
news
olive branch
report
to a
that
bunch
not
of
only
fucking
doesn't mention a
retards.
cult or a yellow king, it
That's
also
on
begins
me.
directly excusing the
Now
Tuttle
I'm out of
family
here.
of any
Goodbye.
wrongdoing,
I'm only
specifically
here because I'm
mentioning the
stuck here till
state
fucking
attorney
May. Now
general
possibly
and the
March.
FBI
As
as
if God
discrediting
feels
the notion.
fucking
So
bad
it
for
is
me
supposed to be quietly
and is
offensive,
giving
because
me a
it
way
demonstrates
out.
that the police are already working to dismiss this as something far simpler than it ever was. Ultimately, the show is taking liberties
Which I knew
with
was
this
going to
depiction
happen.
of
Thank
these religions,
you.
but it's
Thank
doing
you.
the same thing with Christianity. I'm no fan of organized religion, but satanic cults, corruption, and child abuse are not exactly a balanced rendition of Christianity, no matter how many singular examples may have influenced the show. So the show isn't trying to be any kind of realistic depiction of Christianity, Santeria, or voodoo, because that's not what we're actually seeing. It's a lunatic's interpretation of them, mashed together with other influences, also interpreted by the lunatic minds of Carcosa. And I think what the show is doing becomes even more clear once we start to understand how these belief systems, specifically Santeria, do play a role in the mythology and symbolism of the cult. So let's do that now, but also with the understanding that just like we've seen with Christianity, this is a twisted vision very far from actual mainstream practices within those religions. Now, first and foremost, there is one standout influence here that I think is absolutely worth discussing. The case of Adolfo de Jesus Constanzo. And just like with the case in Ponchatoula, this is a real-world crime that
Adolfo?
likely influenced the show to some degree. And again, there's way too much to cover in this video, but there are plenty of places
Don't
you can
Mexicans
go if
worship
you're looking
that
for a full
weird
rundown.
Santa
I'm just
Maria
going to give
lady
you
who is
an
not even
extremely
like a? They
abridged
say
version
she's
of
a saint, but
events.
she's not.
And
It's
to my
like a
knowledge,
trick,
the
and
first
she's
person to
actually
link
not
this
good
to
for
the
you.
show
I wouldn't
was
trust that.
you/Old King Cole
She's like all
as
about
far back
death.
as 12 years ago. He discovered
paying
many
attention.
similarities between Childress, the Carcosa cult, and Constanzo. It's a very high-profile case that does bear some startling similarities, so I think it's a pretty good bet that it played an influencing role. Constanzo was the son of a Cuban immigrant mother, baptized as Catholic, who developed an interest
Always
in voodoo
fucking
while
Catholic with their
accompanying his
crazy
mother on
fucking
trips to
shit.
Haiti. In his teenage years, he began
That's
to
why
practice
I'd
parlor,
never be
and to
fucking
quote
Catholic. If you're
Wikipedia,
Catholic
became
and you're nice,
apprenticed
that's
to
good.
a
I'm glad
local
you figured it
sorcerer.
out.
His
I'm not gonna
upbringing
do
was
that.
troubled,
Thanks.
to say the least, and
I'm
during
gonna
his
hang out with the
teenage
people that
years, he
invited me to the
became
potluck,
involved in numerous petty
which is why I've
crimes
also been
and was
reading
eventually
that.
expelled from his prep school. As
I
a
have a
young
long way to
adult, he
go,
moved to
but I also
Mexico
know that
City,
God
and it was there
forgives.
that he began a
So
group
you
that
can't make me feel
operated
bad
as a
about it.
weird blend of both
And what I
gang
am.
and cult. Wikipedia describes it as
Stupid
a drug
asses. I'm so
trafficking
tired of
and
this
occult
shit. I
gang.
cannot wait to
Mexican media at the time
leave
would refer
this.
to this group as the narco-Satanists. Their business began by offering spells to the local community, which often involved animal sacrifice. Quoting Charlotte Grieg's book, Evil Serial Killers in the Minds of Monsters, many of his clients were rich drug dealers and hitmen who enjoyed the violence of Constanzo's magical displays. He also attracted other rich members of Mexican society, including several high-ranking corrupt policemen who introduced him to the city's powerful drug cartels. From there, he leveled up to grave robbing as a manner of improving his spell's efficacy, and before long, that turned into live human sacrifice on a pretty large scale, with more than 20 confirmed victims over a relatively short period. In 1989, the gang targeted an American student named Mark Kilroy, which would lead to a lot more media attention.
You know what's really
As his
cool about hard
notoriety
work? It
increased, he
also makes
became
you
more
forget about
involved
who
in the
you're mad
narco
at. So
trade,
people who
going as far as
expect
to
to beef
kill
after this
leading
shit,
members of
you'll
rival
be long
factions in a
forgotten.
manner
Because
too grisly
indifference
for me to
is like,
describe and
I
stay
already know that it's
monetized.
way better than
Eventually,
actually
the police
hating
would
you. Because
raid
hating you will
Constanzo's
give you
ranch and
leverage
find
to make
15
something out of
bodies.
it. Whereas
Constanzo fled
indifference
to Mexico
and me
City to
forgetting
hide
about
out,
you
and when police
won't mean
arrived at the
shit.
apartment complex for an
I already
entirely
thought about
unrelated
that too.
incident, he opened fire on them, believing them to be there to
So you can say
apprehend
whatever the
him.
fuck you
During
want,
the
and I will
ensuing
never give a
standoff, he
fuck.
instructed one of his followers to kill him, a request they
Hate
obliged,
media. It's
and
such
following his
shit
death,
now.
14 of his cult members were arrested and imprisoned. And hopefully there's some similarities that immediately stood out to you. We've got a kid growing up under difficult circumstances, being immersed in the world of ritual magic, that becomes a serial killer and starts a cult, and that cult has ties to many powerful local figures,
Lawnmower
which
Man,
includes some
so
higher-up
creepy.
members of
Guy's
law
such a
enforcement.
scumbag.
It's a barbaric and twisted rendition of African diasporic belief that ends in a violent standoff with members of the police force. And many minor details line up beyond that too. Constanzo was known to use a machete,
actually
we
hard
see
to
Ledoux
solo.
wielding one of those.
Funny enough.
Constanzo was bisexual, Childress is too, seemingly
Which is
Ledoux
why I
and DeWall
stopped
as
it.
well. He even had a hidden ritual chamber in his home, and we
With
have a
his
cult
dad in
member
it.
describing from prison how police didn't actually put an end to the cult because other members had escaped and had already begun setting up a new temple elsewhere. Again, there's more detail we could go into, but hopefully that's enough to say there's probably a link here, and it stems from twisted and extreme interpretations of Afro-American belief systems. Let's move on to specifically which elements of the cult have been in some way inspired by these belief systems, starting with this figure on the videotape. We never really get a good look at them, but I think it would be a fair assessment to suggest they're dressed in a manner reminiscent of certain grass or straw outfits you'll find in African tribal wear. In this instance, I don't think that's the case. I think this straw outfit is actually based on mummers in European tradition. A mummer was someone who dressed up
I drank
and
mad coffee
performed
trying
in
to do
public
that stupid,
festivities. This
I might put the
specific
video
kind of
on
straw
while I go to the
outfit was very
bathroom.
popular there, and they were
It's my
certainly
first
part of
and
the
only
original
AI video. I'm never
festivities
gonna make
that
another
Career
one,
de
but it was
Mardi
hella
Gras
fun
was
to
built
make
on. In fact, we can see this figure in the picture of Dora. So I don't think that part is African inspired, and instead is part of the Career tradition, although naturally there are elements of Creole influence in many different visual aspects of the Mardi Gras aesthetic. Next, I want to introduce the work of u/Jikyabox, specifically their 10-part guide to Carcosa's secrets, because as far as I can tell, they've done more work on this than anyone else, and it's absolutely wonderful stuff. I won't be going through every part of it, just the stuff that's key to us here, but you will find it linked in the
Symbols,
bibliography of this
logos,
video,
graphic,
so
even
if you want to
graphic
go on an
design in
even
and of
deeper dive,
itself is
it's
like
there
a fucking
waiting for you.
magic. That's
Now,
why you
in
get tricked
Santeria,
into
there is a
buying
big
shit, because
focus
you're
on
getting
the
mind
summoning
controlled
and
into
worship
doing
of
something with
something known
logo.
as an
With a
Orisha. An
logo.
Orisha is a divine spirit
That's why I didn't
associated
want to
with
do it
differing natural
anymore.
forces. They essentially function as
Because
a
it's
pantheon of
unholy.
spirits under the universal creator figure known as
I'd
Oludumare.
rather just make
These
something that
Orisha are
lasts,
worshipped
because
at
that's
an
something
altar,
that's
and
actually
certain
dying
blessed
as an
items
art.
are placed on the altar. Crucially for our interest is the Otan stones, which not only represent the Orisha in question, but are also said to in some
Shit.
way contain
Didn't
their
mean to go in
essence.
there yet.
So the altar isn't necessarily just symbolically representing the Orisha,
You wanna
it's
go back
also
to town,
embodying them, their spiritual force as well. In a certain sense, the Orisha is literally present within the altar. And quoting Jikivox directly, in Palo they don't strictly speaking have an
I want
altar,
another
but a
apple
cauldron
also.
called the Nganga that is
Sorry
loaded
guys,
with a
this is
wild
crazy
variety of
stream.
elements. It can be quite creepy looking as it
just
involves
as a disclosure, I never fucking take Benadryl. I really couldn't fucking smell, or it wasn't Benadryl, it was like a fucking off-brand. I don't have it. My buddy gave it to me, but it's like, I couldn't breathe out of that sinus. And I was planning on going to bed, but last night I had the worst. I had a long sleep, but I kept flipping over. One side would get stuffed, then I couldn't breathe, and the other side would get stuffed, and it was a nightmare. I'm at the tail end of this fucking illness. I did it with no anything this whole time. But this was a mistake I'll never do again. I did take Benadryl, and I forgot that it makes you retarded. And I don't like it. So, disregard my anger. Fuck. I have coffee upstairs, but it's like I made a cold brew in a little glass thingy because I don't like paying for actual cold brew because it's a grift. So, maybe I'll get some cold brew and fill that in the mug. Or something. I'll be right back. I'm slightly crazy because I took stupid fucking stuff that I know reacts with me weird. I never take like allergy meds. I think, is it Claritin the one that is okay? There's one of them that I can take and it's like, it kind of helps and it's not that bad. I know Benadryl makes me loopy, but it didn't look pink. I don't know. And everyone's asleep, so I can't ask, but I'm like annoyed. Could have been Sudafed. Sudafed's not good either. I don't take Robitussin for the same reason. And I have a little bit of coffee left. I'll be right back. think I left one more apple in here. All right, we're gonna take a quick break before I game. Or actually, I'm gonna abandon mission because I'd rather play in a group anyway, and I'm gonna eat an apple. Maybe Jakaka Akeke, who seems like a wholesome ass cool guy, cooler than most people, will have a fucking video out mukbanging. I would rather hang out with him because he seems genuine in his joy of eating food. Let's see. We're gonna put on this. I should have put on my intermission screen. I did put forth the 2-second effort to make it. I'm gonna eat my apple. Jakeka. Not Jake Paul. I don't give a fuck about him. Everyone knows him. Who gives a shit? Akeke. Yeah. What videos do you have, my dude? Do you have any suggested? I haven't. Don't give a fuck. Give me the fat black guy that actually shows true emotion because he likes to eat. Can I see his suggestion instead of all this stupid grifting shit? Can we look at that? Let's look. Nope. Okay, I guess I'll just go comb through his actual fucking videos. Let's see. Do you eat fruit? Oh, what was that guy's name? Because I, like, had to fuck with my algorithm on YouTube because I didn't want to see stupid shit anymore. And I wanted my mind in the right place so I could write some shit. Who's the dude that lights his food on fire? I actually talked about that with someone at the cabin or whatever. Fuck. We'll just type it in. Black guy who lights his food on fire. And his wife argues with him or his girlfriend argues with him sometimes. Fire with Everclear. Thank you, Macro. You know, you're an angel, Macro. I truly believe that you're... Yeah. Tony Yo Man. I don't know why the fuck I unsubbed from him. I love him. Macro, you're an angel. You're a blessing. And I love you. Thank you. Let's see. Buffalo chicken wings and a salad. Look at all the ranch he's putting on that fucking salad, dude. He's not eating any of that salad. He's eating straight up ranch. Do you see this just from the thumbnail? Fuck it. And he uses AI too. Who gives a shit, right? Slop it up. Apple. Oh wait, hold on. You can't see me. 1 sec. I've been so polite. My roommates want a reason for me to fucking be a burden. Let me get loud as fuck while watching this guy. Apple. It's also Friday. I don't care.
What's up with it? Watch the video to the end, y'all. Check out what I got today, man.
First of all, let's just take time to appreciate. I want to make my box smaller because you know what? Look at how beautiful his fucking drip is, okay? Firstly, fire on this side, ice on this side. If he stands up and I see a Goku or a Vegeta on either side of his fucking button down, I'm going to lose my mind. I'm going to lose my mind because he's not my boyfriend. Okay? Now he has like this cool glass with a lip on it, and I would totally eat like 6 of those fucking wings. And he has mushrooms he didn't even slice up. And it doesn't even matter what he has on this side of the plate because he's about to douse it in ranch and be himself.
I got buffalo wings.
I love this man. Thank you, Macro. I love you, Macro. Thank you.
Motherfucking pepper on the side, baby. Yeah, baby, they look good. That's what I'm talking about, y'all. I got me some ranch dressing for my buffalo wings, and I got some ranch dressing for my motherfucking salad.
He has wing dressing. Here, you know what? We're gonna do this. This is the part of the screen that doesn't matter. He has wing dressing for right here. Right here. He has salad dressing for right here. Who wants to make bets that it's both ranch? Because you can kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Me personally, I don't use dressing at all. But if I did want slime on my meat that already tasted delicious and didn't need to be altered, it would be blue cheese.
All right, y'all.
But that's fine.
Before I get with it, let me see these grits.
His wife coughing in the background. I love her.
Amen and amen. Ooh, look at that, y'all, man. Look at this, boy. Ooh, man.
Closed
Shit.
captions because I don't speak whatever language he does. Okay.
You know, I was gonna make spaghetti tonight, you know. But I ended up making buffalo wings. And the reason why I made buffalo motherfucking wings, yo.
Fuck, I
I
forgot
saw one of my
tissue.
buddies, Chef Fo. Y'all go check out Chef Fo. I'm gonna leave his information in the description below. He got a cooking channel, mukbang channel, you know. So yeah, he was doing buffalo wings. And I
Chef
saw
Fo?
the motherfucking buffalo wings.
I trust
I
you.
said, God damn, I want some of the motherfucking buffalo wings. I had to have them. I had to
I
make
love
me
his
some of
shirt.
them motherfuckers.
He's
Yeah.
my people.
So yeah, man. That's what it is, y'all. But you know what I need right now? I need a motherfucking drink. In my tall glass. Not a motherfucking bitch, y'all. Oh shit, look at that boy. Don't it look good? Oh,
First of all, really quick, he mentioned Chef Fo. I thought Chef Fo for real was going to be Asian. No. So we're going to watch this later. Thank you. Thank you. I love
made me
this
put
guy.
my lemon thunder. Tell my new subscriber. He said, Tony, what is lemon thunder? They said whiskey, water, lemon juice, baby. Mostly motherfucking whiskey. Oh, I need a drink. But first, I gotta make it first.
Do you need
So
a drink?
I got me a little whiskey left, y'all.
What the fuck
I
is
gotta go back to the liquor
Kentucky
store.
Deluxe?
I gotta go to the liquor store, man.
I thought whiskey was like the worst one was
What you say?
Makers. Hold on.
Yeah, I forgot to go.
K
to that
Deluxe?
shit.
Hold on.
I had to go do all my other stuff. I had to go to the building clothes and shit. Ooh, they pour all that shit in there. You know? Oh shit. I go tomorrow. Oh man, I missed the motherfucker.
It's not even a glass fucking. So is that the pop off of whiskeys that I'm looking at? Okay. 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 Let's all read this together. I don't know shit about liquor because I only like vodka or gin. And I know, is it Roku's the good gin? Or Hendrix is decent? And then Tito's is okay for vodka. That's all I know. I don't know shit about brown. Kentucky Deluxe is consistently ranked among the lowest tier whiskeys. Often positioned at the bottom of the shelf in terms of quality and consumer reception. 2 out of 5. A fresh coat of polyurethane. Whiskey flavored vodka. Oh my god. This pretty much says because they never had better, they think it's great. That's really cute. Nashville. I was just in fucking Nashville and it's fine. It's probably better that way. I don't drink brown. I think whiskey tastes like shit.
That's alright. I just had whiskey.
I think whiskey's for depressed
I
fags.
said whiskey.
I said gags, don't ban me.
Oh shit. You don't like it when I do that, do you? It make you mad, don't it? I said whiskey, water, and lemon juice, baby.
Why lemon?
Yeah, baby.
Lemon with brown?
That's what I'm talking about.
Yellow and brown? That almost
Well,
does make
shit.
sense.
They just mix this up. Oh man, look at that.
So, I was given a little tiny bottle once by someone's mom of Bombay. And then I had Tanqueray actually for the first time this past winter because that's all one place had when I went out to drink. Tanqueray is okay. Bombay Sapphire to me, after having like Roku or like anything else, tastes like shit. I do not like Bombay. I think that's like the port. I don't know. But also, I don't drink like hard liquor enough to know. I think they only got gin last week once, and I didn't even have any because I think it was hidden, and I think it was meant for somebody else. So I didn't want to like pry and try to find it. And like I won't even drink vodka unless it's like Tito's. If I see it's like lower tier or like something I don't recognize, I won't touch it. I'll just have a White Claw. I'd rather just have a White Claw and be safe. Um, but for gin, if it's Hendrix or Roku, or like I did try Tanqueray when I was away for the winter because that was like it was Tanqueray or Bombay, and I know Bombay tastes like shit. Um, so I did have like Tanqueray, but I was happy they put more Red Bull in it because I didn't want to taste the Tanqueray because it's not good. I'd rather just have a White Claw. And then as far as vodka goes, Tito's or I don't give a shit. Tito's or higher, I don't fucking care. Um, yeah, I don't know. I don't know about putting. What the fuck did he put? He put in like lemon juice in brown.
Let's get water
I don't know this trick.
and lemon juice, baby.
See, I only ever lived with someone who had Natty Daddy Tall Boys and pissed in the cans so that their video game match wasn't interrupted, and then left the cans by their computer desk. So I don't know about this. I know that they also drank whiskey at one point, but they knew all of the ranks of whiskey, but they also didn't give a shit about themselves, so they would drink any of the ranks of whiskey. So I don't know. I don't drink brown.
Yeah, baby, look at that shit.
I had rum once at a party with a bunch of chicks and nurses, bunch of D&D nerd chicks and nurses. It was a housewarming party, and I knew them since I was a kid, and I was like 22 or 23, and I had Captain Morgan, and I played a game called Fuck You Bitch, and I got so sick from it that I never drank brown again. That was the only time I had brown. I never drank brown again. This is decades ago. Decades and decades ago. This was in Jersey City. I never drank it again. So I don't like brown. Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Well,
I don't even like brown beer. I drink White Claw.
we just mixed this up.
White Claw or like
Oh man, look at that.
gin or like vodka. And even
That's
then,
my motherfucking lemon thunder, yeah.
Lemon Thunder? What the
I
fuck
need a
is that?
motherfucker.
Alright, let's look it up. ChatGPT. Lemon Thunder. Is that like an Arnie
Ah,
Palmer for alcoholics?
Ooh,
Is
Get
a
some of this ranch
Lemon
dressing.
Thunder.
Put on my salad.
Hold on. What is a Lemon Thunder? Oh, fuck no.
Oh shit, boy.
Fuck no. Alright, I'm not judging, but look at all that ranch. Can I just watch him drip that on again? That's not a drizzle, that's a dump.
Put on my salad.
Salad. Like the headgear in armor? You know what's crazy? They have they have that little hole in the top of the dressing now so that you can't just dump the whole dressing on there. But he still does. He found a way.
Oh shit, boy.
Look at this shit. Common builds. Builds. Nope. I don't see whiskey. He's just making shit up. That's fine. I respect that. He's an artist. He's an artist. Who am I to judge?
Oh shit, boy. Look at that salad, man. Look at that carrot, boy.
Henny.
Bro.
Oh, fuck with brown.
No, I don't.
Gin, tonic, or I'm sorry, gin, vodka, or White Claw, or nothing. How about nothing? Nothing's really good unless you're hanging out with someone who's an alcoholic. I hung out with someone who had to go fucking out to the bar a lot. I don't go out to the bar. There's no bars here. I don't go out to the bar. I normally don't go out to the fucking bar. Even when I was dating a super alcoholic that was at a rehab, he drank at home, which is not good. But also, I didn't drink at home, so it's like, ugh. But I love this. I want him to light his food on fire. That's what matters most.
I've got to my shout outs. I'll be damn, boy.
I don't give a fuck if you do. You make money, good.
Oh, I got 3
But
shutouts.
whatever. I don't like. I don't.
Hold up. My first shutout.
Then don't give me fucking advice.
It's to Destiny.
I'm
I
gonna eat
appreciate
another
it,
apple out of
Destiny, for
anger.
watching me. I really, really do. Don't you ever stop.
Actually, I already had 2.
My next shout out to Mackenzie and Ray. I appreciate the Mackenzie and Ray for watching me. I really, really
His
do. Don't
wife
you
has
ever
been
stop.
coughing from the
My
background.
next shout out, my last shout out.
Is she holding the
It's
camera,
to,
or does he have a tripod? I want to know.
Dino Dude. I appreciate the
Apples.
Dino Dude for watching me. I really, really do. Don't you ever motherfucking stuff, yo. I appreciate y'all watching, man. Man, without y'all, I know,
I like this shout.
I
Yo,
appreciate
Dr. Golden
all-
Media. I
everybody
don't know if I
watching,
said this earlier,
subscribers,
but thank you very
non-subscribers,
much. I
trolls,
appreciate you,
non-trolls.
dude.
I appreciate all of y'all.
I have to figure out TTS
Because
too.
without y'all,
I just got really tied up making
You know
a
what I'm
really
saying,
cool
shit.
Sora video
I won't be on this motherfucker.
and doing
You
a
know.
job interview.
Nah, I just want to say I appreciate y'all. Oh, shit, boy.
And I scheduled 2 job interviews at the same time and missed one because I'm too retarded for my own good. It was a 45-minute
boy.
one, so one ran
That
into the
buffalo
other, and
wings
the other
good.
was like, well, bye. And I was like, well, I applied to 32 other places. I'm sure I'll be okay. Not that that's... Don't have that attitude towards it. Try to get a job. I mean, if you're looking for work, try to do it. What the fuck?
Boy.
He's right, though. Yo, that cartilage and all that sinew is actually good for you, but I don't know if all the drippings from the ranches. The cartilage is good for you, though. I like the cartilage.
I'm so glad I made buffalo wings tonight, yo.
I want to see how he eats the wing part.
I really-
if he
I
takes
eat
the
this chicken
tendon
in the
apart, because if you
motherfucking
take a certain part of the tendon
Fried
apart, you
chicken,
can eat
baked
it,
chicken, boiled
and then
chicken,
it
grilled
falls
chicken.
apart in your hand, and you can just...
You know what I'm saying? Jerk chicken. Chicken strip. Chicken nuggets.
Yo,
chicken
I
fingers.
really
No,
appreciate
I
it. I
don't
do.
shit.
You
Pulled
could have
chicken.
given me nothing and just
Chicken
been
sandwich.
chatting tonight like most people have,
I just
and I
love
would have
motherfucking
been
chicken,
hella
boy.
thankful. Hold on, guys. I really want to see how he eats a wing, not a drummy. I want to see how he eats a flat.
Ooh.
He's picking all the drummies first. I don't like that. Pick up a
Shit like
wing.
little. Let's
How
go
do you
find
eat it?
little shit. And I asked my dad one
Don't
time.
eat the
He make with
vegetables.
all
Eat the
them all
meat.
motherfucking body. I know. I said, that's
I'm never
lucky
taking
motherfucker,
Benadryl
boy.
again. It's making me annoyed. I'm sorry, guys. I don't like being sick. I should have not streamed.
Yeah.
I'm all ornery and like annoyed. That's another drumstick, motherfucker. Eat the fucking flat. Eat the flat. Hold up, guys. I gotta get to the bottom of this.
Oh, shit.
There it is. I want to see how he rips it apart. There's a way you can eat those. He's not doing it right. Or maybe he's biting it off. He bit that part of the tendon off. Ripped it out. Now you can take it apart. He did it right. He just did it with his mouth. I do it with my
So one
fingers.
day,
So there's a part of that flat where you can just... and you take it out. You just rip it right off. If it's cooked right, it falls right off the bone. The bones fall apart like he just did. He just did it with his mouth, which I've never fucking seen. And then you get all the meat off of it. I learned that shit in Arkansas. I watched some fucking dude do it.
I'm gonna raise me some motherfucking chickens.
He was watching a fucking football game, and I was like staring at him from far away, from another table. I was like, he just
And I'm gonna
fucking
be a
ripped the
chicken
tendon
motherfucker,
off and did that.
boy.
I didn't know that.
I'm gonna eat fresh chicken every motherfucking day. Shit.
Yo, I want wings now.
Fresh chicken every day, boy. That's gonna be one for eating a fresh motherfucking chicken.
What kind of peppers are those?
Shit. That ain't bullshit either, shit.
He's gonna do it again with his mouth. Did you see the bun come out clean? Like a cartoon? Watch this shit. He knows what the fuck he's doing. I'm not even making fun of him. This is real shit. I love chicken wings. I used to watch MMA and eat these.
Shit.
Shout out Foghorns in Fayetteville. You're better than B-dubs.
That ain't bullshit either, shit.
That's a clean ass bone. Nothing's getting wasted. That's another clean ass bone. Alright.
I'm gonna take the eggs, but not all the eggs. I want them motherfucking eggs to hatch. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let them eggs hatch.
What?
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get some of them, but not. But most of them eggs, I'm let them motherfuckers hatch. I want the motherfuckers grow
Tissues
up some
upstairs.
chicken.
I just don't want to go
I
up
want to
there.
eat them motherfuckers. I don't give a damn about the eggs. I mean, eggs is good, you know. I can go buy the eggs, but that chicken, you know what I'm saying?
Slice up your mushroom. Or no, or not, I guess. Who am I? Who am I to judge you? Alright, eat another fucking flat, dude. Show me your moves one more time.
It's chicken.
That's a draw me, I don't give a shit. Anyone can do that.
Toronto pebble.
Draw me.
Fuck that shit. If I can make my money.
I know this is boring as fuck, but okay. He did the regular style, I think, just now. I cannot drink whiskey. Do it again. Ooh, yucky. I don't like sauces on my... I don't like sauce.
Shit.
I think ranch is gross.
I raise all kind of vegetables.
Alright, that's enough of that. He's a legend. He didn't light anything on fire this time, but he's cool as fuck. Let's see what the last one he picked was. I bet he was a flat.
Shit.
Or did he save a drummy for last? You think he saves the... Nope.
I ain't bullshit.
He saved the flat for last.
Shit.
Why do you need sauce on the meat if the seasoning's good and the skin is good and everything's good? Why do you need the extra sauce, guys?
People be calling me, Charlie, what you eat today?
Just eat the meat.
Shit, well, what I'm eating, shit. I'm eating, shit. I'm eating Cinderella today. Shit, what you mean Cinderella? You eating Cinderella? Fuck you up. Chicken, motherfucker. I named my chicken. I'm eating Cinderella, the chicken. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know what you mean, but that's awesome.
If I'm eating...
He's gonna redunk a drummy with meat on the end of it and suck it off. Okay, I've had enough. This is like literally Dionysus type shit. Thank you. Let's go back to listening to The Abyss, because that is more tolerable than that.
Necessarily sticks and an animal heart, and sometimes a human skull taken from a graveyard.
Right,
It was this Nganga that Constanza was trying to feed and empower via human sacrifice. It's naturally quite tricky to find images of this cauldron online, but here's some elements of one taken from the Wikipedia article, and this is the one from Jekivox's post. Again, I just want to stress that human skulls are not an essential part of the tradition. They are in some variants.
I just want to play Punch Out. I don't even want to play PSO right now. That was cool. That was cool, but it was also sad. I'm good. It was cool as fuck, even with the disgusting whiskey lemonade bullshit that he was trying to pass off as Whiskey Thunder or Lemon Thunder. But once he redipped an already stripped... Fuck. Once he redipped a stripped bone that already had meat stripped off of it and dunked it in ranch just for the sake of sucking ranch, I had to stop. I couldn't do it anymore. Now I'm troubled. Now it's time for SNES. So let's do this right now. Hold on, guys.
Palo that do stress that.
That just made me hella sad. You put up. Hold on, guys. I'm just setting up my controller. Let me just set up my controller really quick. I'm gonna set up the SNES controller. Okay. We're gonna play some other type of game, because now I'm hella sad. If he just wanted to eat the ranch, he should have just been honest with himself. Fucking makes me sad. I don't know. I don't know. Here we go. SNES controller plugged in. And this. Let's start playing NES or SNES games, because run as administrator. Sorry if this gets hella boring. I just feel like punching people in the face right now. One sec, I'm getting the game. Cool. Is it? I love Mike Tyke. Mikey Tykey. Oh shit. This is more important. This game is more important than my picture. Okay? You guys know what women look like. You guys know what hags look like, right? You guys know what we look like. So let's just do this. I'm gonna put myself down here, though. Down in the trenches with Little Mac himself. I just feel like punching people right now. Oh! Oh my god! Life imitates art! Life imitates art. Look at that. Look at that guy. Look at that guy up here. Right up here. Where the fuck is my phone? Shit. 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 Where's my phone? It's in my pocket. Look at that guy. Look at that fucking guy. Oh my god. I love life. Everything reminds me of the really fun time I had, guys. Everything reminds me of the really fun time I had, guys. Everything reminds me of all the best things. Oh well. Time's over. Time to get back to real life. Anywho. Let's play. Let's just play. Let's not think about it. Oh yeah, we're back. We're so back. I'm gonna get destroyed. By probably the Jeep. Oh, I'm not paying attention. I shouldn't have gotten hit once. I deserve this. Oh wait, hold on. Candle's getting too hot. Forgot this table is wood, but the top layer of it is not wood. Oopsie daisy. Oh shit, that was getting hella hot. Oopsie. Here, let's just restart. I fucked up. My table has a layer of has like a mat on it. My candle got too hot. I almost burned. I almost made it oopsies. Do-overs, okay? Shadowrunner? I can get that next if you want. Punch-Out is more like, I need to settle down and not be crazy. Any kind of unnecessary anger I feel should be gotten out through the Punch-Out game. You know? Oh, come on. I just wasted 20 seconds trying to fuck with you. I need this right now. We gotta get me back to center, and not being so annoyed for no reason. It's fine. I can endure. People have it worse. You know what I mean? People have it way worse. What the fuck am I talking about? Why am I crying? No reason. No reason to cry. Only babies cry. Solve the problem. Yeah. Yeah. It's GG. I think that was 3. Yeah, get the fuck out of my face. You're gone. Where's my fucking... Oops. No, this one's not open yet. I have Diet Coke, guys. I don't want coffee. Any more coffee. I finished my coffee. I don't want any more this late. I'll be up until 6 again. Like I was last week, hanging out with cool people. Oops. Fuck. This guy looks like Nietzsche. Time is a flat retard. Oop. Time is a sad boy who's sad. Oop. There we go. Go to sleep. If you don't like it, go to sleep. Time's too flat for you, go to bed, take a nap, come back. I like your stash, though. Fuck. Fuck. Oh wait, it's blocking. I'm retarded. I deserve this. Buenas noches, estúpido. Fucker, you're so lucky. We're gonna get him next round, guys, right? I kept trying to dodge when it was really just block. I keep forgetting. I haven't played this in a while either. I'm trying to get all my stamina back so I can just destroy him the next round and not deal with this shit. I got shit to do, okay? Cool. He's got Adidas on. I want those. They're Sambas. Good. Stay down, bitch. Where's my... I hate this. I could have swore I just got a whole thing of napkins. I guess I didn't. Oh no, did he steal my bike? He did. That's okay. You can have it. I'll have another one next circuit. Don Flamenco, aka Adam Sandler. Young Adam Sandler. I want to beat him up. Whoops. I'm not gonna make it with 3, I don't think, depending on where his HP goes. And then I still have to get him one more time in 1 second. It's not gonna... That's okay. He's almost at full health. Look at his Norwood, isn't that cute? I used to think Norwoods were cute, but I realized that it doesn't matter what kind of hair you have. You're both a fucking... Both types are both assholes. Oops. Alright, let's try this. Hair or not, you're still fucking gay. How about that? Oops. Thank God. Oops. 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 Fuck, I suck. I'm really good. I'm real good. Shit, I lost count. Thank God. Thank God. King Retard. King Retard. Shit, I gotta take a picture or something in a minute. Go to sleep, fat retard. Thanks. Fucking waste of my time. Much like many things. Oops. Please, sir, ma'am. Please, sir, ma'am. Remember when they wore pineapples on their head? Remember that? Wait. Fuck. I forgot about his fucking star move. I fucked up. But we'll still get it, I think. Maybe he'll be retarded and do his dumb special. I gotta do it in 30 seconds. I already fucked up, but we'll see. I forgot his whole thing. I hesitated. Too much. Oh well. Much too much. I'm gonna probably go to bed after this. As soon as I get a game over fully, then I'll go to bed. I had a lot of shit to do today, even without making the edit. A lot of arguing. Not arguing, but selling myself, and I'm tired of it. Go to sleep. Punch you right in the fucking nose so I can go to bed. Oops, bald lumpy head retard is what his name should be. Bald fucking old lumpy. Bald goat fucking old lumpy. From Azerbaijan. I forgot his moveset. It may be over right here. Fuck. I suck. I forgot Bald Bull completely. Completely forgot him. I know the trick with the camera flash, but his, like, star pattern I don't remember at all. It's been too long. Thank God he did that. If he didn't do that, I would lose. Thanks for your special move, retard. Your signature loss. Show me your moves. Do it again. Let me get this over with. I need him to do his dumb move now at this point. Because I'm bad at this game. I'm retarded. My eye's swollen, look. Oh, Lumpy head himself. Fuck you. You suck. That's the Mr. Sandman uppercut that really makes me blocked on Mr. Sandman. That uppercut's so fast. I suck. Now please charge me twice. That flash isn't there. So you have to remember the sound too. The flash kind of shows you where the sound is. And in the world circuit, when the flash is gone, you know what where the sound is supposed to land. That's what you're supposed to remember. If that makes sense. Fuck. Did it to myself. No! Maybe over, guys. It's maybe, what is it, 12:30? I should go to sleep. I remember that laugh in my dreams. I'm gonna come back tomorrow, fresh and not on Benadryl or not on a sinus medication, and not ornery from being on sinus medication. Then we're gonna beat him up. Okay, watch this. File, save state. Save. There. Thanks, guys. Have a good night. Appreciate you for tolerating